Trippy should be able to theoretically grab this flag, and is there anybody from Lies in a position to stop it? It's Adversary with a sniper.
Oh.
And somehow, even that's not enough. This Today roster, who I believe actually started off this game 0-1 in double elimination, they end up coming back. I think they put back-to-back in order to win game 1.
I mean, that was insane, honestly. I think Kruva was a huge part of that entire last run, and what a way to send out a period. I'm not sure if we're going to see it in the rest of the tournament. I'm sure we are, but goodness me. I think I've seen enough Empyrean for today.
This feels like kind of a swindle, man. I'm telling you, we go into double elimination. If Lies were the one to capture that first flag, and Tim, I'm sure you'll correct me if I'm wrong, man. It feels like that win should have gone one direction, especially in a best of 3. Like, if they lose this game number 2, like it's gonna be devastating. Like, Lies are now in a position where like this is a must-win game number 2, where. Yeah, but
look at the chat.
Pits.
Hey, shout out to the players for giving us a nice little send off of the pit, dude. Again, what a beautiful map.
You know what?
And
Run it
sad it's
back.
gone.
Run it back, bro.
Do the whole series? You want to do the whole series, Pit?
Yeah, run it back. Yeah, full reset. To 5.
Oh man, this is gonna be a riot. This is gonna be a riot. We need to stop talking. Goodness me. But what a good match though. And again, I want to point out a big player, right? Kruva. Great performance out of him. I played him in matchmaking many times. He's never played that good in matchmaking. This guy's disgusting. When tourney time comes, he performs. You love to see that. Really, honestly, a talented player. All jokes aside, and yeah, just excited that he's kind of performing in a big spot like this.
And for me, it was like obviously impressive with the bandit, but like, dude, this man was a walking highlight reel with the sniper in his hands. Like, look at these snipes, brother. He just took on 3 out of the 4 players behind him. He's not even done. No comment. You can get into like, do you realize what this man just did? Like, and it was every time he had the sniper, the man was putting on some craziness.
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? He's feeling it that game. I love to see it, dude, honestly. And dude, like this situation stinks though. I mean, I don't think they find a way to stop that flag regardless, but obviously trying to get on that sword ramp, not able to do so. But now we head into game number 2, Aquarius Slayer.
I want to ask you to explain that SpongeBob reference, but we just ran out of time on that one. So maybe another time is Penguin goes in quick to grab a hold of that overshield, immediately turns it into a kill.
What's up, no letters?
Right back
going,
to
brother?
safety perimeter and right back
How we doing today?
Putting down some damage onto the weakened players. Decision making has been on point for this Today roster.
Well, it is Lies now with that top side control, and you're gonna expect the flank push from Breaking Shot on the utility side here, and I love Common's positioning, but look how stacked Team Today is on that car side. You get control of car and utility, you're in a great spot here in Slayer.
Adversary, whatever he can to stay alive here. He knows it's about to be a triple push coming out of this Today roster, and now that he has his shields back, now that he has the reinforcements, that's when he decides to get aggressive, and eventually 3 go down for Today, and now Adversary takes height.
Yeah, that's what he has to do. Again, another great play right
I like
away.
how they just called him Today.
Top center control.
Funny.
He knows 3 are dead. Now they have to find out the spawns, and they have to do their best to be aggressive on these spawns. That's exactly what Adversary's doing. Another great play by him. He's moving around the map and has a real good flow right now and a nice timing to his game.
On that study grind at the moment.
The young kids call that
Hey, well, I hope that's going well, brother.
I
hope that shit treating you all right.
I thought
I'm just on that real life grind.
You sound uneducated.
In the process of moving and
I
trying to get a job.
You had no idea. Trust me when I say this.
Whole bunch of real life shit.
No
Apartment hunting.
Anything
You trying to say I have no aura?
I've known you for a long time.
All kinds of stuff.
No clue.
Wow. Okay, I got no aura, chat. Okay. All right. All right. It's okay. I have no aura, but I do have some analyst skills in here somewhere in this brain, and we're going to use that to showcase how Trippy is staying alive to try and keep top for that overshield that is still up. Look at the double up on the base here. This is smart, right? You're not in a position to push aggressively, so just cross map That OS that's exposed on the
Oh, is
top
FaZe
center, let
looking?
your teammates go in to clean some things
Have they
up.
announced
That's
their team
exactly
yet?
what happens here. Lies guarantees an OS.
Oh no, presumably this is the FaZe team is going to be Trippy, Penguin, and then I don't think it's Mortally and Kruvu. I'm pretty sure they're just playing with them for this tournament.
Breaking shot, losing most of that OS there. Now still trying to attack.
I assume the FaZe team is going to be
like it's Halo
that.
5. What is going on?
Oh,
Turns into a triple kill.
I assume the FaZe team is going to be the Trippy, Penguin, Falcated, Suppressed roster.
I mean, this is so good out of the side of Lies.
But also, I don't know. This could be the FaZe team. That'd be crazy.
That aggression that we saw in that game number 1, right? A lot of individuals.
If they went with Mortally and Kruvu over fucking Falcated and Suppressed.
There with Super CC, he's gonna get traded out, but still, they've amounted a 6-kill lead here so far in game 2.
That triple alone was worth 5 gifted. Somebody in the chat drop it right now, bro.
Drop it right now, bro.
Drop it right now. 26-20 lead in favor of Lies at the moment. Like, again, I will say, did cap that first flag cap in double elimination and are not trying to go out this game number 2. Everybody wiped on that today roster.
Yep, all 4 dead, and now it's just about finding where that spawn is happening. You see, I like Super CC's position here. He's got a player in one util side and a player on the other util as well, but they're doubling up. They've got this entire car side of the map to themselves. Really interested, by the way, when we're seeing these maps and we're seeing these players play, you know, utilizing that jiggle peak. We're really interested to see how things change on Tuesday when this jiggle peak gets nerfed and how it will shift the
They've
meta.
just been calling them today on the broadcast.
But it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
Team today.
I'm happy about it, I'll be honest with you. I jiggle peek a little bit, but man, let me tell you, some of y'all, that's for another day. 36-29 in
Trying to munch a premiere this season? Hell yeah.
Trying to send us into that game number 3, and I will say,
I'm trying to go crazy on that shit.
Enjoying the way this entire team plays. I think their coordination has shown how much work and effort they've been putting in. They've been scrimming. They've been playing every single one of these tournaments. It really has been fun to watch them, but also
I'm trying to get better because my season 1 stats were piss.
Doesn't like fun.
Yeah, work always pays off, Tony. Right? We're seeing it with Shopify Rebellion when we saw a couple of matches earlier. I think
I peaked at like 8K.
Those teams that really
we are not very good.
To try and keep up.
That's all I'll say.
You know, the further ahead you can get, the better. As
peaked at like 8K. I think I finished at like 7.
Start to scrim, it just it becomes a battle, of course, but. Once again, Lies just look really solid. Breaking shot, talked about him a little bit earlier. You know, a little chip on his shoulder maybe to prove some people wrong. Not that he got taken off the roster.
I don't think that's. I don't think it's
a little heartbreaking for him and
the worst, considering that's my first season.
And try to do make as much presence as he can.
First few months playing CS. But it's not good by any means. We got a ways to go.
Of the map, attack the 50, and you have seen it. They're willing to fight for it, and they're willing to game plan for it and push it together. And that's what has gotten us to this 37 lead right now. As Common somehow finds the backside of Trippy, and with the overshield coming up, you have to imagine if today lose this one, that has to be game over, right, Tim?
Yeah,
it's like low gold.
Today, get this OS, though.
I'm
it's huge, Tony.
I'm like low gold on all the comp maps.
Up top center for it. Again, Super CC finds his way in somehow. There's a lane that's not being watched on the map. That's
I know, bro. Thank Christ we're getting rid of Vertigo.
Are getting through the lanes, specifically Super CC finding a way through these lanes often. So
I will say I don't think I like Train that much better than Vertigo, but I certainly do like it better. Especially as I'm kind of just an opper. So
more time, you're just looking for one trade here. As you
said you were a Vertigo enjoyer? As well, I was gonna say I'm gonna show my hand here, but as an opper, I did not enjoy Vertigo.
But eventually, Lies, they take what's theirs, and we're going
I'll be running around with the ops, so you know I fuck with Mirage and Inferno and you know all my long sight lanes. That's why even Train got some really good op angles.
And you know, honestly, I like Team today as well. You know why? Because they're putting in the work, even though Trippy and Penguin don't have their entire roster, or they're not playing with their entire roster. They're still putting in that work. They're still preparing with us this last off-season tournament. Again, I think reps are very important, especially if you've taken the off-season to you know, take a break, and like some of us that are
where are you sitting at though, Noatus?
Or Marvel Rivals, you know, you have to have that time off. It's very important.
Have you been playing
to clear
CS
your
very
head
long?
from Halo, but also important to start to get things rolling.
Because this is only my first year playing CS.
Decided to pick up this roster and try.
You know, whenever I uploaded my first video, it was probably like the week I got into it. So it's probably like 10 months ago or so.
It's kind of similar to like who has the advantage going into a grand finals, being like warmed up.
People I played with, first person to run Vertigo.
And maybe being like, you know, ice cold.
Yeah, that's the thing is that my team was extremely good at Vertigo. My team was Vertigo and Inferno merchants. I just fucking hated Vertigo. We were also ancient merchants somehow.
Is it better to kind of just, you know, take a few
really
days,
good at ancient randomly.
a few days off, few weeks off, even a month or two off, and kind of, you know, explore other games, or just kind of relax, do other things, spend time with family, or do you? Is it kind of like you don't have to? Get
but I was just gonna say, like,
stay ready type of thing, and then the question then becomes
like 2022, where
personality driven, like, you know, people are just.
I was gonna say I started.
Who knows?
I started in CS2.
All I know is,
and so
I want to watch some freaking Halo.
Well, taking a quick look at the lower bracket here, we've got, of course,
who did Optic lose to?
Quarters. That's going to be Optic.
Who did Space Station lose to?
There, and then of course OEX waiting on the bottom side of that. Of course,
yeah.
Before that, Diddy Disciples and Complexity.
Not Diddy Disciples, man.
To go through, but Tony, I want to get a little spicy. For
yeah, I was just gonna say, regrettably, I kind of started playing in CS2. Actually, it might be a good thing for me that I started playing in CS2, because I think if I got to experience like the peak of Go, you know, like at the end of Go, and then I had to go to CS2, which everybody complained about was like far worse optimized and performance and mechanics and movement and bunny hopping and all that shit. So like, I don't know. Part of me really wishes that I had gotten the chance to experience CS:GO, but also part of me is like, maybe I'm better off not knowing. Maybe ignorance is bliss.
So drawing a judgment this early,
I like CS2.
Might not be smart, but I mean, you know,
I think it's sort of similar to Halo, where I'm less addicted to the game and more fascinated by like the sport itself. Like, I love watching the tournaments. I love breaking down the games and figuring out like how people are good at it, and like I love like watching and reading up on the history and like who won all the past tournaments and like how it worked and all this shit. When it comes to actually playing the game, I'm not quite there yet.
When that roadmap came out, like, I'm so ready right now. You know, I'm so ready.
I'm waiting for my
going this quick break right
like
now. I gotta go jog.
breakthrough, I guess.
I
mean, you're probably aware of this. Like, whenever you play a game competitively, it's like there's like that sort of threshold that you cross at some point where it's like you're no longer like a beginner or a shitter, and all of a sudden you're like not like serviceable, but like I don't know. Like, I finally like I would consider myself like an actual player of this game. Like, I know how everything works, and I know what to do in most given situations, and like I am serviceable. Like, at the moment, I still feel very like clueless and very naive. Like, I'm not sure where to look in certain spots, and like timings, and like even just like general like CS meta or strategy. Like, I still like really don't know a lot of things. No, not that I know my, like, I understand, like, general, like, layouts of maps and stuff. I just mean, like, understanding, like, timings and stuff. Like, understanding that if the bomb gets planted here, like, I can take this route and not have enough time. I can take this route and it's probably going to get me killed. If this way gets smoked or mollied, I don't have time to go this way, or, you know, just whatever. Like, just knowing, like, where I need to commit, where I need to actually, like, I don't know. It's just I would agree that I do think that Halo,
once again, a beautiful match on our hands.
Especially if you learn Halo first. I think Halo
beautiful job
maybe it isn't that Halo players are like just better than other esports players like everybody likes to say. I think it might just be that Halo is a better foundation mechanically than like other games, because I feel like the habits that you build from trying to get good at Halo are applicable in so many competitive games. And specifically if we're talking about CS, like if we compare Halo to CS, it's a lot of mechanical skill and aiming, obviously, but it's positioning, it's reticle placement, it's teamwork, and even like this one's a little bit of a stretch, but even like with how you use nades in Halo, like I would argue that there's even some overlap with the sort of utility usage. Like I would argue that the best players in the world are godlike because they abuse the mechanics and things in the game to their utmost. And that includes nades. And specifically in a game like Halo Infinite where nades are so good and you have frag grenades and spike nades and plasma nades, as well as, you know, repulsor and different tools like that. I don't know, I just think that the things, both conceptually and mechanically, that you learn in Halo are applicable to many other competitive games, and specifically CS as well, if we're talking about that. Yeah, like minute-to-minute decision-making. Exactly. And understanding not to waste your nades. Like, obviously, you have to understand, like, dying with 2 nades is dog shit. But also, spawning and throwing 2 nades across the map and just wasting them is also dog shit. And so finding that good middle ground of, like, you gotta use your nades and use them to the best of your ability, but also you gotta use them at the right moment. And especially once you get to higher levels, like, motherfuckers all the time are going out of their way off spawn to pick up nades. Like, I go out of my way off spawn to pick up plasma nades and pick up spike nades. Because you never know. You never know when you might need them. Okay, sorry. Got me ranting about utility usage.
Like, no matter who's on the other side of things, no matter how good their shot is, you know, what the names are, teamwork makes the dream work here in Halo Infinite. And a team that has been practicing and putting in the work like Lies have, like no matter what, even if you look at a team like with the Penguin and
What'd you mean, Ease? You said, am I fucking with Tourney?
This team should have it on paper. It ain't gonna be easy. Lies are competitive
what you mean?
Right now and almost done with this.
I fuck with Tourney, that's my boy.
Meanwhile, today, they're putting in work now. They're trying to catch up.
I mean, yeah, Penguin is a big outlier for me, 9-2.
Oh, that was weird. Whoa,
so
weird nades.
Game, so definitely having a very good start, and we expect this out of Penguin, right? I mean,
that frag was good.
He's been a namestay in this league for such a long
namestay?
time. You see Kruvu attempting to play some defense here, and
also, bro, Chad, holy fuck, we haven't talked about the Luka trade yet, but Jesus Lord, what in the flying fuck?
Yeah, I think Penguin kind of reminds me of the type of player that I was back in my pro days, you know?
Gotcha, yeah.
Yeah, just a do-it-all player, you know? Dropping 10-2. I also would have the most objective time, probably the most assists if this was... I mean, yeah, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus fucking Lord. That's the most absurd thing I've seen in sports.
Most fans.
I thought I was down bad when Freddie left. Like, as a Braves fan, I thought I was down bad when Freddie left. I cannot imagine being a Mavericks fan today. And it's insane because I'm friends with several diehard Mavs fans.
Yeah, you constantly see a lot of players panic when you see that hill to halfway and they start to just stagger their push.
Also, like the OBJ role in Halo, so with CS, I want to be the first in the fight and making space, never give me the op, I want a rifle. I feel that. That's kind of the way, like, that's kind of the way Cole is whenever we play CS.
Has to get this kill onto elevator because if he does not,
Cole's big into the rifle entry, breaking onto site and getting 2 kills type shit. I think I've always just really liked sniping in games. And so obviously I love sniping in Halo, but like that's kind of a cheat code. Like everybody loves sniping in Halo, it's the best. But I don't know, I think I just kind of grew up like, if you go look at like my COD career highlights video, like it is entirely like sniping search gameplay. And so whenever I first hopped on CS, one, I was shit at rifling because I've never played CS in my life, and controlling the spray is like hard. So kind of by default, I was like, oh, just give me the op. But then, I don't know, it feels very natural just because I just love sniping in games. I don't know if if it feels natural because I'm good at it. I'm not necessarily very good at it, but I think that's just the way I prefer to play games, especially like, you know, the kind of S&D, CS, the one life game modes.
Ends up in a trade, but also a third hill.
Yeah, the trade was beautiful, and I love Penguin's
Oh, I'll entry with the
play
op
right
if I
here.
need to.
Into pipe door,
I'm just saying, I would much rather have an op in my
another
hands
hill
than a
that has
rifle.
him, tries to get that shot on the comment. It doesn't work out, but
I just
again,
like sniping.
aggressing at the right time, holding angles at the right time.
I'm not necessarily sitting back and playing slow the whole time. Sometimes I am. Sometimes I play way too slow.
A game of the series right now, and when it matters the most.
This is the
I think I can get active if I need to, though.
That we have been seeing for
Did you guys see my most recent CS video?
Let me tell you, this roster was put together
I was getting active with the op.
8 hours ago, and they are playing just like they did 7.5 hours ago. It's crazy.
Oh, man.
I also am starting to become slightly less dog shit because if you go look at like my first couple CS videos, I had like it was all op clips and it was all like and it was all like me pre-aiming the easy angles and the freebies and stuff. And now if you go watch my videos, like the clips still aren't good. I'm still not good at the game, but I'm putting together better sequences and brother just failed the shit out of that grapple. I'm putting together better sequences. I'm actually starting to incorporate some utility. I'm getting a little active on the map and trying to make some plays. There's actually some rifle and pistol clips in my video for the first time.
This is going to depend on how much time they can deplete off the clock. But yeah,
so I feel like I'm starting to become slightly more well-rounded and slightly less shit at the game. I still got a long ways to go, though. Oh my god.
The overkill sitting up top on the cap, but Trippy smartly gets out.
Yeah. Smartly because you don't want to be put on the highlight reel.
Oh, you said Thorin, not Torin.
Like this, you better watch out, Rubu.
No, nobody fucks with Thorin.
Almost was able to outgun him there, but eventually goes down, and the shot.
My T-side P250 enjoyer, I am.
And a 3-1 lead in favor of this
I will say,
roster, up by 2, less than 2 minutes on the clock.
Yeah,
most times I kind of play
center, and you see some players from Team Today
like a moron.
Side, and then you see Penguin on the Hydro side
because I'm buying off first gun round. So I might be saving my money sometimes.
It's just all going to be about control.
Sometimes I just hit the Glock light armor and call it a day.
And they'll do just that. And this hill will diminish a lot of time.
Well, especially, respectfully, I know that's not a good play. However, I'm playing against shitters as well, so
recognizing that Lies want this back C side and then notice the reposition and the pride.
Ain't nobody shooting heads at 8K.
Wait, we're gonna send 3 right up the middle towards blue pipes. We're gonna
this body shots, man.
This camouflage, dude.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I like to call that wolf packing, and sometimes you got to do that. It's an unexpected thing where you just send 3 players in one direction, maybe send 1 in the off direction, but it works often, especially if you don't play that play style all the time. And you usually see that in a Slayer when you're down, but we're seeing it here, and it's working out.
I'm actually with you though, No Lattice, because recently especially, I fucking hate the Glock. The Glock's been mean to me. And my USP's been nice. I've been clicking heads with the USP. And so I'm on board with that. I'm gonna start going P250. I'm gonna start going P250 smoke at the very least.
Maybe able to tie things up, and then who knows what happens.
I'll give me a smoke and a flash.
It's a best of 3 series, do or die. Either go forward.
I can buy that round 1, right?
Alright, so
P250 smoke?
Incredible job getting those first.
Because that's what? That's what, like $650? $750?
They're about 55% of the way through this hill right now. On top of that, Common has the shot.
It'd be 600 total for that?
And because Common has a shock, Penguin no longer.
Oh, so I can buy that whole kit round 1.
Penguin and Drippy end up going down, and Krufu is one shot. He can join him. This hill is free, and Common wants every last bit of it. If he can hit a shot or 2, this could be it as far as this hill. Today roster, they might be thinking about rotating toward the C.
I gotta run the bros through my CS inventory as well. I gotta show y'all what I'm working with.
Up, and again, another play by Common that you wouldn't really expect. Sits in back. batteries with that
Also,
shock
were they
rifle
down 0-3?
just to get the angle on the
Are these
top
Lies
of that
brothers
top
about to come
tower.
back from an 0-3,
That top
or am I
tower
faded?
kill is
I haven't
going
been paying
to open
attention.
up the map just a little bit and give them that full-price control.
Kind of pricey. I mean, pricey. No, not pricey for a CS player. I don't have like thousands of dollars in there, but like.
All of that effort might be for nothing.
I have
here, 'cause it's
some.
gonna be
I have a couple
good
decent
hole
skins.
Coming out of this today, roster Lies need to fully reset. They need to
My
push
whole
off
inventory
of their
probably
spot
worth
and
like
make
a
something
couple,
happen. Luckily, they're
or
able
maybe
to
a
spot
few
Kruger with
$100.
this camouflage. Now a lot of damage
No,
being
no
returned
knife.
back, but look at the kill feed. Penguin and Kruger with back-to-back kills. Kruger was able to take down.
Our
Comet, and now
squad has a
Trippy
couple
was just
knives,
a
so I've been holding a
distraction
couple
for the
knives.
final
Like,
player to not get involved in the fight. As this today roster
I was
about
holding
to
an
end it
Ursus
right
for a
now, there
minute.
can't be
I was
enough
holding a
time.
Kukri for a minute.
Yeah, there's not a lot of time at all, Tony. Still,
But
there is
I'm
a
back on
moment.
the
You just have
I'm
to
back
get
on the
a couple
default
more
knife
slays.
for now.
That big kill will
I think when I get a
do
job, I'm
some
gonna try to
damage, but they
buy.
gotta take care of Kruvu. They don't know he's back
I'm gonna
here.
try to buy a
He
knife.
gets a kill,
I think whenever I get my
doesn't
job
go
and get
down.
moved, I
It's
think
not
I'm gonna.
Some choke
I think I'm
shots
gonna
right
buy
there
a
might have given
like a flip
Lies
knife or
some
something,
life
or a stiletto.
as Lies, they're right back in the driver's seat, about 30% done with this hill. Tied up at 3
Oh,
apiece right now
that's
with
so fucked.
notice
These.
today roster spawn on the opposite
Yeah,
side of the
Dallas
map.
talks about it all the
One
time, but
shot
he
one
had
is
a
out of
he had a
the fight.
butterfly back in the
Every
day,
second that you were out of the
like
fight
you know,
is a
10 years
second
ago
that
in
you
Go
are
or something that he sold for
behind
like
Lies, who are about to pull
I don't know,
off
like a
highway
couple $100s.
robbery here. But first,
And
Miller
yeah, they're
Kruger
worth
ends up
like
going down and
1,500 to
Trippy
2,000 now.
Blue Pipes leaving Comet by himself. Can he get the double? Apparently not.
Oh, you got a
Today
Halo themed
roster,
AK? No,
they're
that
your
is.
victors today.
I mean, that was a huge clutch. I mean, you literally didn't have control for 2 straight hills, and then you get control, and then you lose it again, but they regain.
I got a couple,
beautiful teamwork by Penguin and Trippy inside
I got a
that
couple
last hill.
Halo-themed
Penguin
shits.
gets the trade, and Team Today will get casted once again, Tony.
Guys, what a finish to the end of that game.
Yeah, that was kind of a nuts game. Sorry, I wasn't really paying attention.
I mean, guys, that was a best of 3 that kind of felt like a best of 5, if not a best of 7. My God, you guys were grinding through it, but it was so close in every.
Yeah, that sounds fire. You gotta, yo, send a picture of that in the
Obviously,
Discord or
Team
something
Trippy
if you would.
did, or
I'm
I
trying to
should
see
say
that
Team
shit.
Tuesday gonna take it, but when you look back,
But all right, do you guys want to
towards
see
that
the CS
active,
inventory
what do you
in between
think
games?
was really the factor
Or in
that was
between
making
series,
this
rather?
game so close? Everything was within at least like a possession of each other.
I mean, honestly, Lies just was aggressive at the right times, and they kept staggering Team Today. Like, there were many times where Team Today were just too dead, and then you just see full aggression. There was a point at the end.
Mm. You fake, bruh. But yeah, just throw that shit in there. I'm trying to feel some. Okay, also, what our bracket looking like? Ooh. Also, what is it? Triggers down 10 right now? Is that what we're gonna watch? We got some matches to catch up on. Okay. I gotta swap everything over to my other monitor, sorry. Okay, let me launch my CS. Sounds goodies. Yeah, put your, I guess both of y'all, put your Steam shits in the Discord. I'll add y'all. I'm gonna try to get a new PC as well here pretty soon. After I, like I was talking about a minute ago, obviously I have kind of a lot to do, and a lot to, like, worry about when it comes to, like, money and shit. So over the next few months, I'm gonna be, like, trying to move, and obviously I gotta, like, furnish my apartment and, like, you know, buy shit that I need for when I'm down there. But then whenever I'm pretty set up, I'm gonna try to get a new PC and maybe some other shit. Okay. Here's my CS. There it is. Okay. Hang on. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay. Here's what we looking like at the moment. So not a crazy amount, but I got a few op skins. I got a couple nice ones. This probably the most recent addition was I copped the Aquamarine Revenge. The squad actually opened a bunch of cases and sold a knife, and then we kind of dished out skins to like a bunch of different ones of us. But I got this a couple weeks ago. Got the Chromatic Aberration. I just like that shit a lot because I like purple. I actually just pulled this out of a kilowatt case the other day. Shit field tested. I don't have anything super nice, but I have a couple fun ones. Hyper Beast with the one legendary sticker on it. It's not a fade. It's a chrome cannon, unless you're just saying you need a fade. But yeah, the chrome cannon's gas. I fuck with this shit heavy. But yeah, a fade would be crazy. And I just stuck the Monacy sticker on the side because I'm a fucking casual. I got the Prince Stream with the Noble Hollow and the Nico. The Prince Stream, I got the Prince Stream Deagle and the Prince Stream USP, and those are probably my favorites, I'm not gonna lie. Plus, whenever I bought this one, it came with the Cloud9 stickers on the silencer, and I just kind of kept it like that. I thought it was cool. This is my P250. I actually fuck with this P250 heavy. So that shit's probably, I haven't used it like at all. And you can see I only have 21 kills on it. But it'll probably get more use out of me going forward. Just got Ice Cold with some random ass stickers on it. Got a Duality. Duality actually, even though this shit was only like, I mean, this shit's dirt cheap, but I fuck with this skin super heavy. This skin's fire as fuck. Shit's only like $2. But, this is a Mortis. I believe this is Dallas's op. I'm still just kind of holding. Just a Glock I'm fucking with. A4. Kind of got some culture stickers on this one. Random phase sticker and then a Shocks and a Stewie. Sounds good, ease. I just copped this the other day. This shit fire as fuck. I love this skin. My Galil that I don't use at all either. Pretty much ever. Just pulled this out of a case the other day. Kind of a phase AK slate. Here, where were you? This is actually sounds good, Nolatus. This is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite ops that I have in my inventory. This shit just got motion, bro. The Atheris with the optic and the Kenny S sticker. And the simple on the stock. This shit got motion. This probably one of, if not my favorite ops that I have in my inventory. Plus that shit kind of OG. This a random ass Pit Viper with Mongols and heroic stickers on it that I bought for fucking 20 cents the other day. Just felt like it. Worm God. I think that's also Dallas's. Kirby and Kerrigan stickers on it. This is my Deagle Crimson Web, which is one of like 3 skins that I still had from CSGO. So I'll show you actually, but whenever I first started playing CS, I got CSGO back in 2014 or 15. Played for 5 minutes, probably spent $5 on cases and skins, like bought a bunch of shit for dirt cheap way back then. And didn't touch the game for like 10 years, and all of a sudden come back and I got a couple like dope ass skins that are like kind of culture skins because they're old as fuck. But yeah, I got this Crimson Web Deagle, but also another thing I'll show you guys in a minute. I had a bunch of cases from way back in the day, which was actually really funny because I was able to sell those whenever I first got on the game. So just a nice little trigger discipline. I just wanted one. Couple 5.7s, random shit. Here we start getting to all the stickers. This was my first USP. I was putting the Halo stickers on it. Mac 10s, random. This is Scout I've been using recently. Just got that a couple days ago. This was my previous USP, which I just fuck with. I don't know. I bought it like that with all the stickers and everything. I just thought that shit looked dope. This is the other one of my skins from way back in the day, which I actually am so glad I still have this, just because of the stickers on it. The Dignitas and the Navi and the Dreamhack. But yeah. These skins are deadass like 10 or 11 years old. Ancient as fuck. Ancient as fuck. I love this M4 though. That shit got motion. This is my first AK. Whenever I first started playing. Random ass stickers on it. I got 2 Halo stickers, a Monacy and a G2. I got a Black Nile with... I bought this and crafted this after Spirit won the major. Just because I wanted a different one. I know, right, Ducky? So I have the... I got like the Spirit hollow and then the Perfect World glitter. I got a Shiro sticker on that bitch. Okay, couple random ass things down here. I got some cases. In here I got some shit that I'm gonna sell. So I just got like, these are like random case pulls, like shit that I'm gonna sell. Couple Jawbreakers and a Zeus and some shit. And then the rest of this is just like stickers that I've opened from like random capsules and shit, so. And then down here, I have 5 breakout cases. So, it's funny as fuck. Whenever I first started, not necessarily a money spread, we were just talking about CS inventories. If we were doing a money spread, this is the most pitiful money spread of all time. Don't get it twisted. But it was actually really funny. I guess I must have been playing Go for the 5 minutes I was playing Go. I must have been playing during the breakout operation because whenever I got back on the game like a year ago, I had like 25 or 30 breakout cases. And so whenever I first got back on the game, I was able to sell 20 or 25 of them bitches for, $8 a pop, and I had a pretty decent amount of like money on my Steam account to get me started. Exactly, Ease. I got like 2 $50 bills and a $20 bill and then a bunch of ones. Basically. It is still 100. You're right. But yeah, that's that shit. That's the CS inventory. Now, okay, who the fuck said... Y'all said you put shit in the Discord? Oh, it's the wrong fucking display cap. Here we go. Here we go. Now let's drag this back over here.
Yo, by the way, I won that shit.
Yo, what's up, Kenny? Welcome back for 34 months. Much like, always. What'd you win? Oh! I need a weapon ass M4. I fuck with this slate. I need a weapon ass AK. Oh, that's the actual I need a weapon AK. That's fire, bro. No! How much was that dick sticker? How much was that dick sticker? Did you pay $10,000 for it? I'm trying to snap my... There it goes. Fuck.
Twenty-one to 7 lead here, and he's on to collect. There is a second player getting involved, tries to grapple out so close, yet so far away from getting out of there.
That's actually really funny.
For this today, roster collect is getting awfully aggressive.
Do I know the story of that sticker? Yeah, I know I generally know about the,
there's not going to be any contention there.
There's like 3 of them, right?
Position to potentially stop that ball from getting out of batteries, but again, another
yes, no lattice.
It's minimal to catch the ball like that, but
I watched a video on it. I watched a video on it like a week ago, deadass. It was the story behind like all the most sus stickers in the game.
8 points here on the score.
Yeah, it feels like an 8-point game in oddball. Like every second really does matter here. So does this gold side control.
Big floppy dick energy.
Fighting Trippy out of it.
Now that's good shit right there. That's a good craft. I assume you crafted that yourself. You didn't buy it.
Punish this today roster for not being aware of him.
Yeah, you have to, if you're Collect, you have to play this really smart, right? You're the VIP on the map. You have the shock rifle.
How much were those stickers?
Powerful weapons in the game, and that'll change a little bit on Tuesday, but regardless, still going to be powerful. So you have to stay alive. You have to get out with your life. He saw pressure on the pipes, so we did just that.
But now the flank shots are coming in. Somehow Collect finds the exit route with that grapple. He knows getting pushed over toward that backside, so wants to play forward, but Penguin doesn't want to play any games with him. This shock still getting value at the moment, but Boo Boo Dooble coming out of nowhere and takes down Penguin.
Yeah, this is great teamwork once again. Collect is in his position where he can just trust his teammates, right? Boo Boo's there to clean that up. A bit aggressive there on that push by Boo Boo, but maybe just trying to create some
32
space. Collect, I think,
for the
has
dick
one
sticker
more
is
shot
actually not
into
that bad.
Shock rifle, but it's going to be a camo once again for Team Today.
With that camo.
Could have been worse.
Ends up getting an easy kill onto Manny.
That's the lowest
Not done
version.
just yet,
Yeah,
'cause his gold side
that makes
is not
sense.
Cleared out, and he knows that's the priority here. So trying to get into position. You're seeing the Today roster rotating towards long haul. If they play their cards right, they have the option. They could play gold. They could play long haul. The world is their oyster.
Yeah, those 2 kills on the pipes are huge. They just gotta watch out.
We
for
back
that
on
push
Halo, you
from
mean,
A.
next week?
And again, I mean,
I
there's just a lot of
do,
aggression
unfortunately,
back and forth,
unironically
but
think I'm back on
Team
Halo,
Today
because
find the
I
ball
think
into
I got to
long
get
haul,
max
and this
rank
is,
in the
again,
next
a
year.
Beautiful rotation. Now they've got the back of Hydro. They can play it when they feel pressure.
It should be fine.
and
If I
when
hate
you're
the
at a
game,
numbers
like if I
disadvantage,
start
you
hating
have
the
to
game
just
aggressively, I'll just go play firefight or something.
Getting them the seaside control that they wanted and some good damage from Trippy. Trying to keep them at bay, but eventually this should be a play ball. There it is.
The play ball happens, but it's going to be pipe spawns here for the side of Team Today, and that's going to benefit them greatly because they have full control, and they can watch for the push coming out of Disciples, and we'll see when that push happens, but immediately, it's 2 down for both sides.
Yeah, no, Lattice,
Now
you
the last player
could,
alive
I
on
could,
Disciples.
I could mod you in the Discord real quick, or you could just like DM it to me, or
So luckily for Collect and Disciples,
whatever.
that ball sits in no man's land, and
Here, I
both
could
teams are
just-
gonna need a secondary round of slays in order to do anything.
I could just mod you real
about
quick.
it. Off-screen, Mortally does go after
There you go.
Kuvu comes in quick with the cleanup, and just like that, 3 down, go Disciples.
Oh, this is so good, and look at the timer at the bottom center of the screen.
So you
2
could throw it in the
minutes of
admin
time
chat,
drained
or
all
you
the
could
way
just
to
DM it to
47
me.
seconds
Either way.
left. And with Penguin on that A side, he
Sounds
ends
good,
up
bro.
going down, so that side is open on the map.
I did mod you, though.
It's going to be a play ball towards that batteries, and you see right away, Disciples activating on the numbers advantage.
Not the Diddy Disciples, man.
Multiple end up going down. Boo Boo Doo Boo.
Kind of team name is this?
Knows that there
Boo
are
Boo.
so many around. So you know what? I'll just get some ball time here. 28 seconds on the clock, and they need every last bit of this time. Trades out that ball so they can try to get just a bit more value out of this camouflage.
Yo, Ducky, how you doing, bro? How you been?
And looks like Trippy comes in, takes down
Stuffed.
Big game.
Oh, they calling him Big Game Trip.
You
posting up on the Diddy Disciples.
Triple out of Trippy. It happens so often.
Sounds good. No, add a skill looks, bro. I'll add y'all motherfuckers on Steam. Like I said, I'm trying to get a new PC here soon as well. Oh, do we? Is that a ninja? Is that like a half ninja?
Seconds left here. But as long as they have that ball, no time will be going down. And with that, that was a 3 down for the Today roster.
Hey, you and me both, Ducky. You and me both, brother. I know that shit a bitch. So I hope everything's going well.
3 down for Disciples, and there you go.
Diddy diagram.
Once again, going to Team Today.
Back to Houston, actually. Same spot.
Slipping and sliding all over the place. Must have been oil.
I went from Nashville to Houston, back to Nashville, back to Houston.
Big plays come out of Trippy and this Today roster, and now we're gonna find out who's gonna win the initial break.
So I'm back living with Justin at the moment. I'm kind of between Justin's place and my girlfriend's place.
Honestly, it's
until we can find an apartment.
I believe Cam always burns as well. And now Penguin in no man's land, unfortunately not really able to stay alive right there. It's a situation where he's getting pressured by many different angles. And it's kind of a back and forth for both sides here, but who comes out on top?
Yeah, I mean, I'm mostly living at Justin's place.
Into Pice, but look at the long haul push.
Trying to rotate it towards that goal.
A ninja in the kill feed? What the fuck?
I don't know how we got a ninja from the front. What was that? Was that a real ninja? Was that, or was that the? You know what I mean.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know anymore. But regardless, it's going to be control here for Trippy inside of Pipes. Shock rifle, definitely a very big part of why a lot of teams like to control this pipe side as well. The beautiful double by Mortally, and look at the rowdy stuff.
I don't know what he means either.
Love this.
Not sure what we're talking about.
Now he's got A control, and guess what? If Trippy wants to rotate towards his side, which it doesn't look like he does, he has the opening to do so. But look at the.
I was gonna say, what is getting ninja'd from the front?
And where his ball player is.
What does he mean? We know what he means.
The pipes and hold bat ledge.
What's getting ninja'd from the front? A surprise dick suck?
Do end up going down for this Today roster, but Morley is moving and grooving. Good damn.
You know, when you just get ninja'd from the front and shit.
Wow.
What even is that? What the fuck is going on?
Has to go into the Shadow Realm just to take down
the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, we had a conversation earlier. I think Tools had asked you what makes Morley so good. It's that right there, right? Just a beautiful.
Whoa, somebody's in his cheeks.
Understands his teammates getting pressured. What's the priority kill? It's the kill on your ball player.
What the fuck is going on?
Gets that kill, then transfers to another one. And they had pipe control there for a while, but all the while I'm blabbering. It's going to be 4 down for Team Today.
Timothy Active blabbering.
Kids call that yapping.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Tony. Thank you.
We Y-A-P-P-I-N, no G. No G.
Y-A-P-P-I-N. Okay, got it. Yep.
Why you say it like that?
45-21 lead in favor of this Today roster and collect.
What is happening, man?
With this shock. We're taking a lot of damage from the tower side. Is that going to be an entry point for Mortally and this Today roster to play through as Penguin and Kruvu just avoid Colette completely and force the play ball?
It's just so intelligent by Morley once again.
You guys see the end of the COD major, by the way?
He takes a route that is unexpected, drops off the top.
There's been so much good esports and crazy sports shit going on. Like, bro, last night alone, Luka got traded, and then we watched the Apex World Championships. I got up this morning and watched CS, the Katowice stuff, because G2 played Falcons and FaZe played Vitality. I watched the COD finals today, which went to a Game 7. And now we're watching a Halo Cup.
Diagram, it's the black screen, but just
past 24 hours have been packed, bro.
Yeah, it's unfortunate too, because with that play ball, I believe it was Collect on the top of glass. He's inside a pipe, so they'll get that.
Hate that rivalry so much. You talking about the FaZe Thieves rivalry?
With these ball resets, you can see Morley's trying to fight for those. For that.
Why do you hate it?
Again,
do you not like the players involved, or
Boo Boo with some great active listening.
Like, what do you not like
you
about
to
it?
Call it, Tony. Finds a place to get a kill and not able to get the ball.
Just the scrap and draws beef.
And you kept talking about the spawns. You notice Boo Boo Doo were trying to.
I think the
rotate
beef
over
is
towards
fine.
the spawning
If I could
player
give my
that
2 cents on it,
almost ends up getting away with that, but
if I give my 2 cents on it, the scrap and draws beef is cringe.
so
However,
Dave Roster ended up cutting that off,
I will
and now
say
68 points and counting.
You see this pipe side is definitely favored here. Of course, there you can play it, and you can play it all the way towards the blue pipe
yeah,
side
but
if your
I don't know.
teammates are
That doesn't
spawning
bother
on
me
C.
too much.
So
Like, at the end of the day, all this shit's
put yourself in a good
entertainment.
position
Like,
to get it, to
it's
to
not,
get as much
in my
ball
head, it's
time
not
as
really that
possible.
serious.
That's why you see pipes so often used, and on top of the fact that the shock rifle is there. It's 3 down
But,
for team
like,
today. Some great slays go down, and that opens
I
up
will
Boo Boo to
say,
get the
I don't
ball.
know, just based
There's
on
20 seconds needed here for this today roster, but they did start this engagement off 3 down, so Disciples hopping right on that.
They're
ball,
both crazy
and
shit talkers,
hopping right on that
and
perimeter cutoff. You gotta love
I'm sure they don't like each
that,
other,
as he's just
and
diving
neither of
across
them
the
are
map.
very
They have
professional
no
at
idea where
times.
Mandy's going, but
However,
they do know
I think
that
I just
Disciples are getting a lot of time here.
like the way
Running
that
around
Scrap
the rows,
conducts
gotta play
himself
this
a little
game
better.
before.
And that
He
might be
somehow
because
finds
I'm a little
one,
shit
but
talker
he
as
just,
well.
really didn't want to give up that shock rifle. He understands how.
But, like,
how much
I don't
that
know.
could
There's a couple
change this
things that,
round,
like,
and right now, Disciples are in a position to.
when Draws
potentially,
doesn't fuck with
know,
you, it's
start to
BM
catch
all
up,
the
and
time, no
with their
matter
shock
what.
Rifle, it's gonna make things a bit easier for them.
Whereas, like, I feel like
62 lead.
Scrap will still dap you up after the game, and he'll still, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It feels better as a competitor. Especially that shit earlier today. Like, that's why I bring that up, specifically because
Yeah, it's just
in both the
beautiful
win
right there.
and the
They
loss,
slay through Hydro.
because I'm pretty
It's
sure
great
Thieves beat
control.
FaZe
It's
and then
great
lost to them in
control on
finals.
Disciples. They're holding back Hydro.
And I'm
They've
pretty
got
sure
them
both
trapped on the
times,
long haul side, but they just
they're talking
slayed
shit, of course,
through
but
the
both
setup,
times,
and
as soon as the
now
game
looking
ends,
to close
Scrap
out
goes over there to
this
dap
round
him up,
number 2,
and Draws straight up
also the
refuses to.
game. That'll be it. It's gonna be Team Today winning game 1.
And I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, it's so unprofessional and like, blah, 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 and like there should be rules and like you gotta play the game the right way and all this shit. Like, I don't care. I like the shit talking, the beef and everything. I just think if you're asking me like which side of it I were to fall on, or like, I don't know, which I'm just I guess that's all I'm trying to say. Just based on the way that they both conduct themselves, I think I'm a little more in Scrap's camp. But I think both of them are definitely a little cringe, a little unprofessional, a little doing too much at times. However, ultimately, even if it's terrible, I think... Oh, yeah. Oh, that shit's only made it worse. I will say, okay, yeah, the only like actual sideways thing that I was like, whoa, that's fucking weird, was when they showed the 1v1 cam of the girlfriends at Champs. That was actually weird. That's actually weirdo shit. Highly entertaining, very funny, but so out of pocket and so weird. Yeah, Ducky, I don't know if you've seen the clip, but these two players have beef that we're talking about, right, in COD. And in between games, the cameramen find their girlfriends in the crowd, and they do like a 1v1 cam of the girlfriends. And like they're like flipping off the cameras and talking shit, and like, of course it's hilarious. It's a great clip. But just that whole like finding... I don't know, the fact that like the production team and the camera crew and everything went out of their way to like find family members and significant others and shit in the crowd to like, I don't know, because they're almost like encouraging, they're making them, the production team is like encouraging the harassment against them, like indirectly. Like they're not telling people to do that, but like when you play up the beef and shit like that and like make them public figures and put the cameras all on them and shit, especially when they didn't agree to it, then like all you're doing is inviting like harassment and shit their way. Yes, I will say like I'll qualify all this and say that like I'm sure neither of them are great people. Or not great people. That's not a great thing to say. I'm sure they all have their flaws, like anybody else. Obviously, that shit that Draz's girl did, like screaming whenever they're on bomb and all that shit, is like, obviously that shit was whack. That shit was not cool. I don't think they deserve to be like super vilified and like crucified by the community and like you can't say a word or like you can't go out without like getting harassed or some shit. I think that's a little too much. But because also some people might say like, oh well, if they didn't want to get involved, then like maybe they shouldn't be involved. But also like if somebody comes at your significant others like all sideways, of course you're gonna try to defend them. Like,
beautiful job once again by Mortally. He's got the replay.
So I don't know. That whole situation is just kind of weird. That whole situation is just weird. That being said, I think the actual in-game rivalry and all the shit talk that happens like post-game, specifically at the tournaments, I'm not talking about any of the shit that happens at the hotel after or at the bar or on Twitter in the off-season. Specifically, the rivalry at the tournaments is entertaining.
No way you can stay alive that long. So getting a trade there.
And if Halo had something like that,
3 players on the team today already with 4 kills each.
We would be so up.
Starting off strong here.
And the closest that we've come, unfortunately, to that is the Ryan Noob Sparty beef. And with respect, while that was an extremely fun rivalry, Sparty and Ryan are not 2 of the best players in the whole league.
It looks like
they're great. They're fantastic players on good teams. However, I need some like
to put some damage down on.
All right, so he obviously knew the spawns are coming up there, but very
like, I don't know, man.
He activate on those spawns and a bit too quick, if I must say so myself. Great defense by the side of Team Today, but it's Collect with all that pressure that gets the camo. This is huge here.
That's what I'm saying. And anytime there's a fight or some kind of crazy beef or anything, like that shit gets, you know, Jake Lucky's tweeting it and it's fucking everywhere. And even though people are like kind of talking shit about it and like, oh COD, like who watches COD anymore? And COD's such a cringy sport. That's still, it's still bringing eyes to the shit.
Here is going to be gold ledge, and with the power position comes a lot of attention.
And like I feel like we just have less opportunities for that in Halo.
Many players just holding angles on the map. That 4-kill or 5-kill.
Like anytime somebody hits like a sick overkill on main stage, that shit makes its rounds on Twitter in the greater esports community.
With the rat back towards Manny. Shock rifle about to come up, and once again those tram side spawners are up and now trying to break their way through the yard side. Kruvu challenging Manny right there. First kill ends up going down, giving today's roster that advantage in the base.
Yeah, they did, but also like their beef was so not entertaining.
It's so beautiful. That bait and switch is
to
so
watch
clean, right?
because
like, okay, yeah, I'm caught out.
The majority of the outward, like the majority of that beef that we ever saw manifested was like maybe a little bit of body shooting, like in a game.
Bait and switch that
but like,
cleanly, and they end up keeping both players
like I'm talking about the standing up, talking shit, walking across to the other end of the stage and saying some shit in his face.
But ends up speeding right back up. Manny and Boo Boo Doo Boo working on Mortally off screen. Disciples now trying to fight their way towards yard, and look how Collect immediately wants to position himself. We can get involved, but I guess he doesn't have to.
That being said, I appreciate.
Yeah, they pressure really fast, but
I appreciate whenever anything happens. Anything entertaining.
Towards the top of camo, ping snipe, letting his teammates know they're spawning on the snipe side, and now he's got the shock rifle camo combination that we talk so highly about, but a bit too aggressive there. He ends up falling with both.
Yeah, definitely not the exact value that you want to see there, and
I'm saying he's
gameplay, that may just cost you. As Boo Boo Doo Boo now forced to play toward the gold side.
Yo, they've been flipping birds in Counter-Strike for the past, like they've been going crazy flipping the birds in Counter-Strike this year.
They're ready today.
That's like everybody's new favorite celebration, and I love it.
Penguin, Tony, you see, he cuts the bottom center of the map, and you're probably looking at this and you're like, oh, I can't wait to get into my matchmaking game on Solitude so I can go bottom center and fly. Well, the thing is,
yes, I saw the I saw the Apex clip.
That players are weak on the top of snipe. He understands that they just killed one. That player's not going to be on spawn for another 7 seconds, so he can make a play.
That's
like
also,
that.
I will say,
type of plays And that
that is like almost the entire reason of why. Because whenever I first got into PC, I'm saying, no lettuce, I'm fucking saying, we need personalities like that. But what was I just saying? Oh yeah, whenever I first started playing PC, I kind of had to pick a street. So whenever I first started playing, I was playing CS and Val. And I was kind of trying to figure out like which one I liked better and which street I was going to pick. And when it came down to it, what kind of swayed me in favor of CS was the fact that like the community is much more similar to like a console esport. Like the way that there's beef and shit talk, and they're not worried about being like overly sponsor safe or professional, or it just feels very like in the trenches, just like a lot of those console esports that we fuck with. Because like I see shit from Val and even from like Apex and other shit of like, yeah, people getting fined for shooting bodies and teabagging, and you're not allowed to stand up and talk shit, and like all this. It's just so I cannot get behind that shit, bro. It's just so baby bitch, annoying, robotic. Shit's not fun or entertaining. I'm trying to see some personality and some character, man.
Yeah, you see the difference between today roster and Disciples, and the difference is today roster forcing spawns on the snipe side. They don't.
What's the equivalent of shooting a body in traditional sports? Maybe like dancing on the logo or like stomping on the logo.
Now they have the shock rifle. This is beautiful by the side of today, and they got 3 down once again. Last player alive is Collect.
Because you got to think it's got to be like BM. So like yeah, in baseball, like dragging your cleats across the logo, or like dancing on the logo in football, like at midfield. You remember whenever like the Nets played the Celtics a couple years ago, and Kyrie was like stomping on the Celtics logo and shit. Stealing celebrations, yeah, any of that shit.
I was really nervous about that one, Tony. They all played the lower side, and because of that, they've given Disciples a chance to get back into this game. Will they be able to win it? We still have yet to see. No, looks like.
And the Diddy Disciples go home.
Mortally's gonna connect with that one, and of course, it'll be Team Today that win the series.
Beautiful plays by Team Today. Clutching it out, avoiding that game number 3. Don't give any chance for the opposition to send into the game 3 and leave anything to chance. End it quick, 2-0, and now we get to see what they do up against Optic Gaming.
Team Today looking really impressive so far. I mean, 2 very hard matches back to back, but seeming like a team that's getting better over
Optic finna play today, so Optic finna play against 2 of their old teammates, and then I think I saw Triggers down and somebody else at the bottom.
Active so far. I mean, what do you think was the key to such a strong performance in this game? I mean, remember last one it was like a nail biter trying to get the job done. This one it really felt like they were in control the entire time.
Yeah, just pointing out that last game in particular, we saw a lot of efficiency, and I briefly.
What are we doing after this tournament, by the way?
Game where, you know,
are we playing something, or are we getting off?
The side of Disciples on that snipe side, and with that trap, not only do they get camo, but they find a way to get slays and to get the shock rifle somehow too. So it's plays like that that really allow you to take over in the game, just getting control, and by efficient, you know, they're putting in the damage but living too. You saw Mortally at the end there putting 4 shots or 3 shots into one player, 2 shots into another, and then scurrying away with camo. You gotta play your life when you have them trapped like that, because you have the location of every member on the team. Play efficiently.
And then I mean, hey, congratulations to
Is it Pine Park o'clock, ladies and gentlemen?
So far,
is it time to take a blinker?
What's to come next might not be such a pleasant surprise for them, but I think a matchup that some players are really keen for on this team today. Tony, I mean, this is the match, right? Trippy is gonna go up against Optic Gaming, and his
Penguin
and former teammate Informal. You think he has like a
and Penguin
wanting to prove something right here?
I think a big chip might be maybe overstating it a bit, but I think both he and Penguin, you know, are
Thank
not
you.
are not exactly
Activating
happy with
Penis
the way
Parker.
things went down, you know, left off of that roster. You know,
hang on,
one of the
where's
best players in the game? And
oh, we
lots of
double
times
blinking?
he's been
Damn.
number
Okay, here,
one.
then we gotta get a little more
Nobody
appropriate.
can
I gotta
deny
break
he
out
kinda
the
threw his teammates under the bus a little bit on some
no,
of those
not
podcasts
this
right
one. I
after
gotta
goals 'cause he was feeling those emotions. So
yeah, there it is.
a little bit. Obviously not the
Turn
same
up.
as, like, you know, if it was a land, you know, you have obviously Coach Tusk coming in, which, obviously gonna make a difference. Fantastic player, but not legend. You know, you have obviously this main roster, Kruger and Mortally, fantastic. But are they exactly the full roster to be going into next season? Not exactly, but still, I would think every win, every kill, maybe a little smirk.
Hey, I like it. You know, like, keep that chip on the shoulder. Tony, Tim, I want to let you guys get up, go do whatever you need to do for a second. Take a short break, because I feel like you guys have been casting for like the longest time for a while. So we're gonna say goodbye to them for a second, but I'll stay with you guys in chat just for a little bit because we have some cool things to talk about. Obviously, Optic Gaming.
Yo, how's the volume, by the way?
today
Is the
doing
stream
some
loud enough?
Great work. And we're going to see a great match. But before that, let me tell you about some stuff that's
Hit the
happening
blinker,
here at
Harry.
LVT Halo. One of the big things is we're
Audio's good.
releasing
Thank
merch.
you.
Come check it out and get yourself
Thank you.
signed up and prepared.
Wait, what the fuck? That's fire.
With Uriel to make this merch, and we're really excited about
Huh?
it came out. And we would love to see people rocking the
Wait, let me get one.
LVT shirt when we come to the next land. And, you know, hey, Dallas.
Oh,
See some people, maybe Dallas, one of the few Texas events. But
that is fire.
we are really excited about this, and you can get it if you go !merch. It'll give you an email list to be notified when the pre-orders launch. So it's
Yo,
it's not
!merch
gonna
merch,
happen
bro.
right away. We want to make sure that we're,
what the
we're
fuck?
getting you guys a great shirt, the best quality. We're still
Shit,
trying
bro.
out
Copy that
some
shit.
blanks and some samples. But we're really
Shit,
excited
bro.
about the design.
Let me get that
We
shit,
think it's
bro.
gonna be
Alright.
a fantastic addition to anyone's closet. And guys, I mean, come on. If you like the merch, can I get a W in chat if you like the merch? Guys, I mean, did you see the thing? Wasn't it beautiful? Thank you, chat. Timmy's on it. First one in. Love you, Timmy. Thank you. I honestly, guys, there are some other pieces of merchandise that we have in the back pocket that we can't quite talk about
Sounds good, no lattice.
yet.
Much love, brother.
But my God, if you think this one is good, you should wait for some of the other stuff that we have. Uriel was absolutely insane.
Much love, brother.
With his merch design.
Appreciate you dropping by.
If you guys are watching over on the YouTube, I know I've been saying !merch to get signed up. You can check the YouTube description. There should be a link in to get on the merch list from there. Sorry, I know that the
That goes
YouTube chat,
insane,
the
man.
Twitch chat a little bit different with how these links work. If we ever talk about something on the Twitch chat, you can usually find it in the YouTube description. But I want to take you guys through the design and talk a little bit about its foundation. We really like it here, but here at LVT Halo, we think of ourselves as a community broadcast, right? Grassroots in the
Yeah, this shit is fire, bro.
in the true sense of the word. We started by just being a few people that loved Halo, that wanted to.
Yo,
make
look
sure
at the
that
look at the
Halo was
BR
broadcasted when it
on the
wasn't
wall.
going to be back in Halo 5, and we just continued to do so without fail for the last 5 years. And now we have this incredible community that's with us.
This shit goes insane,
honestly,
bro.
It's a blessing. Like there's no other way to describe it. Like what we are able to do day in and day out because of you guys are awesome. It is awesome, and we wanted to show that off in the shirt. So to the right, we have the community, the people that play in our tournaments and then interact with us, right? And then it connects over to the casters, that then connects over to Louis back at home producing us. And if you want to know about all the people that are involved, because there's some people that you don't get to have their name in writing on your screen every single day, like us talent do, you can go underneath the Twitch and you can see everyone that's involved in making LVT Halo happen. These are the people that come and work week in, week out to ensure that we can throw on a great show. And honestly, I couldn't ask for a better team. I think Louis has built
Shout out
something really
LVT.
special here, and I think we have the best team in Halo.
Shout out those motherfuckers.
Simply put, we are really excited about the future and what is to come next.
Let's go, lock in.
But
Series starting.
our match is ready. Optic Gaming is taking on Team Today, and well, Trippy and Penguin, they might have some words or maybe some shots that they want to lay down on the other side, taking on their former team.
Let's go. All right, I'm running to the bathroom for just a second. I will be right back.
Informal's return to competitive Halo in 2025. To bring you the action, it's going to be Active and Tourney. Guys, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a matchup that I know a lot of people have been waiting for. Our first time seeing both Trippy and Penguin going up against their former teammate in Formal. Optic Gaming currently playing with their coach instead of Legend. Meanwhile, this Today roster, a very interesting roster. You have Penguin and Trippy, and joining them, Kruvu and Mortally, and of course joining me is one of my homies. Tim, tell him something.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this series here. Of course, you talked a little bit about Mortally and Kruvu. I think they've been really holding their own in these games, in these series, but right now it's their true test against the 3/4 of that Optic roster. We get to see Formal once again in his glory, and I was talking a little bit about him the other day. Took a long break from the game, but comes back and he's just shooting so well. The guy has one of the best centerings in the game of Halo, just perfect reticle placement. I can't wait to see what he does this season.
And the funny thing is, if you asked me, good God, what a shot by the demon, good God. But if you asked me, like, I think maybe he was playing a game like Call of Duty, I would think, okay, yeah, maybe he's still warm, he's still playing a shooter, he's still playing controller, but dude, he's playing Rivals on mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
Like, so to be able to jump from the keys and to jump on controller like Halo and just play as well as he has, it's kind of impressive. Really impressive.
The guy got Control Player of the Year, and I mean, he's trying to get the other side of it too, I guess, but it definitely is very impressive. What else is impressive is the fact that Team Today has a double cap in and is locked in a couple of points here. 54 points and counting while we've been talking, Tony, and goodness me, Kruvu 4-2, and Mortally 5-3. The players you wouldn't expect to be performing like this are.
Hey, they got something to prove. As of right now, Kruvu and this Today roster going right after Optic Gaming. Trippy with the no, he didn't trade. Actually, Bound with a huge kill.
Yeah, Bound with a huge triple kill. Mortally was the last player alive. Mortally's gonna find his back though and take him out, as well as get that shock rifle for just a moment. But great job by Bound for that triple, and my goodness gracious, just wiping the map. We were talking about the left side of the screen, Tony. On the right side, in terms of stats, it's pretty even across the board for all these players.
Yeah, obviously this Today roster is getting more value out of their kills. Like you said, it's a practically even game as far as the Slays department. And right now, well, they're starting off a 66-5 run. Finally, Optic Gaming are scoring. What's the key here?
It's Renegade right here, right? He has to get this player off the cross so his teammates that come off a spawn can cross through. And I mean, he really doesn't need to move if we really want to talk about it, Tony. They have a CB lock, but he hears somebody's weak, and guess where he goes? Directly for that player, takes him out.
And we should know, when we're talking about Renegade, and is the question, is he one for the trip cap? The answer is yes.
Yes.
I'm back as shit.
Absolutely.
I'm just taking my blinker array.
Best of them, though.
It's that dopamine, Tony. It's too strong. There's so much dopamine in every kill. You hear someone's weak, Renegade just like...
Bro, when are they finna put Harry Potter on Amazon so we can fucking marathon that shit on stream?
Generally, he'll get the kill too. The individual skill...
Let me watching Harry Potter on stream, man.
Is phenomenal, but man of the hour right now has taken the spotlight in these games. It's Kruvu with the shock.
I'm wondering right now if Today roster are playing with a coach at the moment. Kruger was confident that the shot was up there. I don't know. I wonder if there's anybody coaching him. Right? That's just good timing coming out of this Today roster. 85-45 lead. Bravo and Charlie belongs to them, but they're gonna have to fight if they want to keep it. A huge play by Kruger to spot.
Killing spree.
Yeah, it's, when it comes to Stronghold, it's a little bit easier to time the weapon since the timer doesn't stop for anything. So That timer continuing to count up, and you can just, you know, count a minute, and that shock rifle drops. But I love that he was ready for it, Tony. 100% agree. It's a play you'd expect out of either a coach calling it or a pro player keeping track of timings, which we're going to have to do again on Tuesday. I'm so excited. All the weapons back on the map, back able to be used. Penguin with the camo.
You sounded extremely excited right there.
I'm so excited.
Let me tell you, man.
I am so excited. I really am. I'm so excited.
I could tell. 109 to 62 lead in favor of today roster, but notice it is Optic Gaming that the ones that are scoring right now, and letting Renegade get the shock seems like a recipe for disaster, really.
Yeah, we'll see what he's able to do with it. We've seen this story before. Kruvu comes sliding in with so much confidence, and look at that. Renegade trusts his teammate. The teamwork comes in. It's 3 down for Team Today.
You notice Renegade, once again, Optic Gaming playing immediately for the triple cap. They're not allowing this today roster to breathe. You give them an inch, and they're going to demand a mile, as it seems like Optic Gaming should be taking the lead with this run. How does the today roster respond?
Well, they're responding with 2 caps right now, or they're trying to get 2 caps.
I've double blinked.
Got a lot of damage on a Renegade as well.
Renegade does not give a fuck, dude.
To jump forward out of the tower, but he jumps forward, uses
that is a
direction
diabolical
to get back in the
challenge.
Tower, and he throws off the player inside of batteries. I just don't understand.
Jumps out the front of the window,
There's
man.
no man
What
to
the
be
fuck?
fierce. And no matter what the gunfight is, no matter what.
Oh my god.
He is confident that he can, if not win the battle, he'll trade out his life. And if you try to play like Renegade, you will fail. Let me tell you right now, guys, those who are watching Renegade right at home, do not try to emulate his gameplay. You are not him.
You could have told me that, you know, months ago, before I lost 200 CSR. Yeah, actually crazy. And the fact that Bound is on the roster as well. I've talked about this new Optic roster so often, but for those that don't know and that didn't watch any Halo 5, Bound and Renegade were undefeated in LVT 2v2s. We used to have something called Money Tuesdays where we'd pit the best players against each other. Renegade and Bound, we could not find a fit for them. Undefeated the entirety of Halo 5.
170, 109 in favor of Optic Gaming. You're seeing that duo now on the same team in the 4v4 is Renegade and Bound right now. Currently 14 kills out of Renegade.
Okay.
Bound, 16.
Blinkers have been taken.
Love the assist.
We can return to normal.
Love the fact that Tusk is going right after one. Penguin goes after Bound, and throughout all the chaos, Optic Gaming the ones 3 down.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a struggle here. Yeah, like I said, when it comes to Morley and Kruvu, they're obviously having a good game in terms of stats, but in terms of impact, it's not as great. And that's just due to the fact that the positioning of these players on Optic Gaming is just so strong that, you know, it's much more difficult to take routes because they're a bit more aware of the routes on the map and the lanes on the map, which, you know, are very, very important in the game of Halo Infinite. But we're seeing a double cap finally locked in for just a moment here, and it's going to be Team Today who's starting to score.
Team Today!
Shot. You know that Muto was on a bit of a head glitch there, but hitting those shots and teammates are doing the same around him. That was a momentary 4 down as Renegade wastes no time hopping on Bravo.
Yeah, this is beautiful by him. Gets up and he wants the shock rifle. I believe he's a little bit early on it. Still coming off the spawn, and look at the trap on the long haul side as well. It's Renegade who gets one, trades out. It's gonna have to push. It's gonna push Trippy back now that he doesn't have a teammate to work with him on glass.
Camouflage about to come up right now. Trippy with some glass side presence. The cross could be watched here as he's forcing Tusk away from the bat ledge. The nade goes down. Tusk ends up finding the exit route. Trippy wants to get back into the play towards the mid-map as a Renegade loses the camo without burning.
That was not
it.
my
What has
PC.
happened with that camo?
I'm not sure. I believe it is. Okay, it is picked up by Formal, which is really unfortunate, but it was a really quick kill by the side of Team Today. The only problem is right there, once again, is that Trippy's looking for that route, right? But when 2 of your teammates go down, it's just not possible to find a route. You're one of 2 people that the other team is looking for urgently, and they end up finding a couple of the players on the side of Team Today, but finally, it's 3 down for Optic Gaming. Now, a triple cap locked in here for Team Today.
Love this out of this Team Today roster, looking to pull up the rear a bit.
Huh?
Now Trippy able to grab a hold of that shock. Penguin with 19 kills to his name. And
What did he
talk
say?
about not only Kruvu having a successful game or two here. Like the consistency, because it ain't just a game or two. My man has been fantastic every single time he's been on stream. Secondary Slayer is Kruvu. Meanwhile, Trippy,
Shout out to Kruvu, bro.
gotta love the fact he's willing to stay alive.
That brother's nice.
All the way back, and his team is gonna love him for that, because they may just get another triple cap.
Yeah, looks like A is being contested on and spawned on, but Trippy comes through. He started off, he was 11 and 17. Now, 13 and 20, starting to heat up just a little bit. Still a lot of deaths, but again, just trying to find routes. Kruvu's gonna try and activate on the no-shield player. He'll get him, triple cap. Not going to be locked in for long. It's C being taken by Optic.
Shock's in the hands of Trippy. Recognizes it in 1v2, so just immediately finds the exit route, get out of dodge, and now a one-shot Trippy with one denial grenade. Really wanted to explode that one, but it's okay. He's back in the fight. Bound is there as well. A bit of jiggle peek action as he plays the environment to play his life.
Speaking of environment, Tony, the freaking elevator is insane. Like, you can stay alive so long on that elevator, and guess what? Team Today stay alive long enough to finally get the lead back. It's a double cap locked in for them, 2:45 and counting.
And it feels like the lead that matters most is right now. Optic Gaming needs to find herself into a hill. The A side is being attacked by two different members of Optic Gaming. But Penguin and Trippy would back kills. Kruvu now gonna be the final.
They flip it though, and they're on B.
Had another plan.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
They're on A and C though. Can Optic
fast,
stop C? Oh, for the game.
Oh! Team Today gonna beat 3/4 of Optic in game 1.
Mortally for the game.
Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. We are in unforeseen territory right now. Because although I'm loving this Today roster, or should I say 2_2_2025, I will say Optic Gaming seemed like they had the advantage on paper, but you know what I do to papers. Apparently, this Today roster does the same thing, because game number 1 goes to them, and are they ready to pull off an upset?
Tony, I thought we were done saying Team Today, and to be honest, I'm sorry. I was a little excited about that. All right, I'm going to be honest. Team Today is so awkward to say during the cast, but they deserve it. They deserve the respect, and you know who else deserves the respect?
Not Team Today, man.
Oh my word, this man is dominating. 22 and 13 in that game. On top of the fact that Mortally, Tony, got the massive 1v1 on Seaside on the player we've talked all about this entire time, Renegade. I mean, gosh, beautiful.
Gosh.
Yeah, I don't know, Freezy, Forsaken, I don't know if you're here. You know, Nidaquil of Dark Inside, I don't know if you're here. You know, damn it, Talent from Darkest Hour. All I know is if you have an organization and you're listening to me, Kruvu's DMs are open. And I'm not saying you got to sign them right away, but I'm saying you should be doing your due diligence and sliding in them DMs and making sure he gets a tryout on the roster, because there ain't no way this man gonna go to the 2025 season without an organization, not with the level of consistency that he has had with world champions. I mean, we're talking about going up against Optic Gaming right now, albeit, you know, Tusk is their coach, but Tusk is a phenomenal player, and Kruvu has been so consistent since the moment that I have seen him on stream. Kruvu, you are an incredible player, and you are putting the world on notice right now.
Yeah, I mean,
it's good gas right there.
We can't ignore it. It's an off-season tournament, like you had mentioned, Tony. It's 3/4 with Tusk, but yeah, I am very impressed by Kruvu. I'm gonna be honest, Kruvu. I saw you as a matchmaking kid before this, and I hated when you challenged me in the open. But you know what? A lot of respect gained for you and your performance today. Continue this, and we can have an upset on our hands. It's 2 down for the side of Team Today. We'll be saying their name a little bit longer.
Oh, by the way, speaking of which, that was messing with Kruvu. To Team Today, if you make it past this round, you are forced to change your name. Celeste, I know you're out there. Celeste, by the way, do not advance them until they give you a new name. I want you to know. I'm not saying they're going to beat Optic. I'm just saying, if they do not advance them on the bracket until they give you a new name. Tied up at 7 apiece right now, Bound with the sniper and a bit of tower side control, but he is surrounded, so does he really have control?
Yeah, not at all. I mean, the sniper has changed hands. We'll just stop it there. A lot of times, but you know, it's a tied game here, 10 to 10. It's formal on the top of tower. And I would expect a little bit of anger out of these guys. I guarantee you they are not going to let this slide so quickly. But, I mean, you're playing against a team that's very confident after that game 1 win. And that's winning their individual fights and their bait and switches as well. I mean, this is beautiful out of Team Today. You love to see it.
Tight game so far here, but they always say the Slayers don't truly start until you get to the 30 kill mark. So
They do say
I'm
that.
expecting it to be going neck and neck until that time, and then maybe one of these teams will be able to peel off and pull away with it. Formal with the Mind the Gap medal on the kill feed, and a one-shot Trippy. He's so crafty, and he remember using the word annoying. Trippy is probably one of the most annoying players in the game.
there's so many annoying players. They're gonna get a little bit less annoying on Tuesday, thank goodness, but with the Jiggle Peak nerf. But yeah, there's so many players that are just so good at staying alive, and such a valuable thing to have in the game of Halo Infinite. Taking a look at some stats once again, because that's what I like to do. It's Bound. 5-3. Nice little start to the game. He's moving a bit different as well, which is, you know, Tony, I like to notice those sort of things. It's definitely something to realize, but Kruvu takes him out and stops the momentum once again.
He's moving different because he's built different right now. Bound 6-3 with 4 assists to his name. I mean, he's contributed to half of the kills that Optic have put on the board right now, but still only up by 2 kills on this Optic gaming roster. Penguin with the wrap back, and Sniper about to come up, and Penguin doesn't exactly have a line of sight on it, so you allow Bound, who's already seemingly on fire, to get the Sniper. Well, guess what? This is gonna happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Trippy was ready for him the entire time. Penguin's gonna clean up the kill too. You see that duo being put to work once again, and now it'll be a Sniper for big game Trip. Formal takes one to the face. Trippy looking for more. Bound is on the B side. Does he know? He does. Gets the shot, gets him down to no shields. Trippy starting to heat up, but gets answered back with the nade. Great nade by Bound.
You know, we saw what Trippy could do on Imperium with that Sniper, and I would say, you know, Trippy not really known for being the main sniper on his rosters, but so far today, he's been killing it. One other player
from God himself.
Is this man on screen right now, as the quick scope goes a bit wide left, and even the stat onto Formal, just a little too much mustard on that dog.
Yeah, not as hot as we saw him on Imperium. Oh, I actually love that. That was really good. Save that, please. Oh, that was beautiful.
Never say that again.
3 down for the side of Team Today. We're having fun here, ladies and gentlemen, and I think so. Team Today is having fun as well, because as of right now, it's a 1 kill lead for them, and they continue to like push aggressively around the map together, and unfortunately, it's all going to be broken apart, Tony. 2 down, make that 3 down for Team Today.
Whoa.
Make it 4. Renegade with the double.
Here comes
kill.
Optic.
Hop on board with him, the first player of his roster to be on double-digit kills here with a 32-29 lead. You notice Formal is pushed up over toward the green side. Renegade's controlling the small window, but Kruvu and this Today roster spot him and deal with them, which is an important kill here.
Goodness me, it's so many fights being won, and the collapses are a little bit broken on the side of Optic Gaming. And that collapse was really solid because it gives them complete control of the camo and A side. And you see nades already being thrown at C. That'll influence the spawns to be on the B side. And it looks like Team Today is trapped. The push is coming in.
Renegade has the intel on exactly where Trippy's going.
Oh no.
What?
Melee doesn't connect. Penguin with the back smash.
What the fuck?
Just by himself, stuck over toward the back A side. Luckily, Bound does get involved, and multiple go down. But with these
What was
trades,
that?
it's going to favor Optic Gaming, who already have the lead. And
Okay.
Bound with the triple.
Once again, Bound is heating up. This is what I saw from the very beginning. Moving different at the start of this game. Maybe a bit angry that they lost that game number 1. Definitely want to extend this to a game number 3. And of course, if they do, we will see them potentially against that SSG roster. But it's going to take getting through Team Today first. Right now, that doesn't seem like an easy task. Look at the timing from Kruvu once again on the B side. Many players weak, but a bit too aggressive.
If there's 2 things I learned from Halo Infinite, it is number 1, grenades can stick to floors. Number 2, don't make Bound mad. Do not.
Hopefully the grenades will be fixed on Tuesday.
Tusk with the sniper, quick scope to the body, and the portal to get out of dodge, and now wrap back towards his teammate. The problem is one of them ends up going down. and actually both end up. Renegade takes down Kruvu, but Tusk, he's just trying to find safety. He's just trying to get his shield back.
Yeah, he still has a little bit of QT to use, and he'll use it, but he won't get the no-scope. Penguin ends up taking him out, and you know Bao wants that sniper, so he's going to jiggle peek his way to picking that sniper up, and he'll use it to get the kill on the Mortally. It's all 4 down for Team Today, and it's up to gaming time the series.
I don't know what that third map is, but that kind of felt like
20 kills.
That was those brothers' chance.
Dude, relax, Bound. It's the off season, bro. Like, are you like, yo, like, you need to chill, brother. Like,
might get fucked up.
Be having this, okay?
Yeah, Ducky, the update that comes out Tuesday is supposed to fix like jiggle peeking and nade bouncing and a couple different things.
Right now, Optic Gaming gonna start off with a cap down. That is unnecessary roughness right there. Like a flagrant foul or something, brother.
Oh man, you love to see it. There's pride on the line, Tony. It might be off season, but I'm telling you right now, all of these players want it, and we know Bao wants it. He wants it. 4,600 damage, 1,000 more than anyone on his team at least. And I thought Trippy was gonna take over here, honestly, but not able to find many more targets after that first snipe, but the ending snipe is what got me. You saw the fight there on the top center. Bound is jiggle peeking 2 different players.
Well, I haven't played in a while either, but
jiggle peeking 2 different players, Tony. Knows that
I don't know. You always want to check when there's a new update because you want to see what's good and you want to see what the future of the game's going to look like. And obviously, like even if a lot of us like maybe don't fuck with Infinite super heavy, like I think we all still love Halo, and so everybody still is like curious and wants it to do well and shit.
No matter what the score line is, like that is absolutely ridiculous. Like just incredible work by Optic Gaming, and just proving that they know the skills. They know no limits. There's no boundaries, if you will.
His brother thinks he's funny for that one.
Tony
Bars. They call him Tony Bars.
New stuff. I like it. I like this a lot. But here we go. It's game number 3. Will Optic go on to play SSG later on?
Oh, it's a flag.
Will they struggle?
You got to think Optic's going to win this game. I mean,
not secure the camo because guess what? Down knows that jump too. It's 3 down though for Optic Gaming.
It was game number 1 that did go to this Today roster. That was an objective. Now wrapping back towards the objective, and Trippy saving that overshield until just he gets into the base, wants to get a max value out of it. The problem is ends up running into a 1v2, making a 1v3, and barely got 3 shots off with that overshield.
Yeah, I don't think he was expecting the split spawns on the fridge and the back of base, so he takes much damage and ends up finding his death as well. And that overshield null and void. Renegade finds a triple. Now it's Renegade heating up, Tony. You talked about one player potentially getting 20 kills in a Slayer. We forgot about Renegade.
I mean, he's going to trade off back and forward. I mean,
how do you forget about Renegade?
Well, I think he ended up with like 14 or something. So it's just, 20 kills demands our attention, really.
Yeah.
Bound on screen
and I cannot blame you for that
but luckily
one bit.
Towards the fridge and just snaps onto both players, putting down all of that damage while Formal and the rest of Optic Gaming continue to move this flag forward.
All I can say is ew. Like, that was so efficient in every single way. I mean, it still continues to be efficient. Trippy's inside the base to assist him on the window. It's 2 down. This should be flag cap number 1 unless something crazy happens. There it is. It's 1-0 Optic Gaming.
Game number 3, so it really feels like do or die here in the lower quarterfinals. If you want to make it to the semis, you gotta win it here right now. The Today roster starts off 0-1 in CTF on Aquarius, but they also start off this push with a quick 2 down.
Yeah, so Bound's the last player alive, and he's gonna go down to a beautiful nade by Mortally. Mortally loves that because he takes no damage on the exchange, and now he can fight those P-spawns that come through on the fridge.
Renegade clears out the P side. Ooh, right in for the challenge, but Trippy wins that one, and Kruvu uses that distraction to punch in a flag with 3 down. Go Optic Gaming, and an that's up. They can turn this into a lot more. They may be able to relay it.
Yeah, this is so beautiful by the side of Team Today. I mean, they're stringing together kills. They've got the OS as well. They've had Optic Gaming 3 down 2 times in a row. He'll kill Renegade here momentarily. It's a killing spree for Trippy, and that flag will go bottom center.
It might just be a killing tree. If you plant it, it'll grow, apparently. As of right now, Trippy clearing out everybody that had any type of angle towards that flag runner, and now back-to-back caps belong to the Today roster.
I mean, Trippy is 9-3, so 9-4 now that I said something in this game. Kruvu, a lot of confidence coming out of this roster. They have 2 dead. They're freely pulling a flag. They're also set up inside of the base as well. Penguin's gonna go for this return. He's got some adversaries that are looking to stop him, and he'll go down, but that flag will return, and we're looking at 3-1 already for Team Today.
Today roster proving that you can't spell God Squad without Trippy. 10 and 5 at the moment. 3 assists to go along with it. But as I say that, Optic Gaming find the kills necessary to at least push this flag towards the 50% portion, and that is a squad wipe. All 4 down. Run the flag.
Run the
The
flag.
first kill was on a different timing. He didn't want to get shot. I get it. I 100% get it. But yeah, he'll get that flag.
Bro is not
run
spitting bars
through here, and this will be now a flag for the side of Optic Gaming. Beautiful job by them once again. Renegade's going to go down there, though, so top control is going to be contested for, and a very important top control, Tony, because the OS is coming up.
Just the final player alive. No way to defend that on the black screen as Trippy puts him there and then immediately turns that overshield right towards the blue util. Morley says, we're ready? All right, let's push. A perfectly timed collapse. Fridge side players are already having reticles trained on them. They're not ready to run the flag just yet. They want to slay out here, but Trippy no longer having that overshield to work with.
Yeah, I honestly like Trip. Oh, okay. I like Trippy's play right there. Renegade breaks his ankles a bit, but again, that fridge side, you can jump on the top of it and see right directly in the flag if you jump. So Trippy doing that was important because you understand the flag or the fridge spawns are spawns that you have to try and stop and do damage to. But yeah, it all turns out to not be in his favor. It's 2 down for Optic Gaming down now though, and
I started after CS2 came out. I never really got to play Go. I played it for like 5 minutes, like 10 years ago.
Right now, 14 kills apiece as their leading slayers on the respective teams. Trippy has a knack for finding the weak players bound, trying to escape with his life. Renegade.
Like, no bullshit, I probably had like an hour or 2 played.
Everybody needs to hit that headshot now.
Yeah, it's a little bit more than just the series win riding on this. Of course, if you don't know, words were exchanged about winning pivs and you know, formal wanting teammates that would always win pivs. And you can see Trippy's been winning a lot of his pivs here, 14-8 so far, but so is Renegades. Renegades already got 17 in this game.
I mean, it was the former coach that, what did he say? You know, good players win 1v1s, great players avoid them, because
that's right.
Trippy has been just finding the weakened players, doing a great job of staying alive. Overshield about to come up, and Trippy is just flying and gliding. Finally,
Yo, what's up, Tiga? How's it going, bro?
Enough damage here.
Well, Kruvu's
good, brother.
Annoying once again in the back of the base of Optic Gaming. It's 3 down right now. He's just looking for bound because he wants to secure that OS, but I would expect a flag pulled towards the front of base there. Regardless of that, OS should be picked up here, and it's going to be picked up by Optic. So maybe a bit of a misstep. They thought they had OS secured, but now Optic Gaming is on the push.
B2 leading favorite to the Today roster. God bless, I can't say the stupid name. Trippy finds his way over towards util, gets the first melee, and the second one's gonna connect, boxing him up as 4 down. Go Optic Gaming.
Yeah, this is really good. Now they gotta slay once again, though. They'll get the top control. It's all about output here once again. The most important thing in Halo, output that damage, try not to take any. Kruvu does just that, takes out Renegade. Now they can push freely inside the base, but they have another fight to contend with. It's 2 players in the back of Optic's base.
Maybe biting off a little bit more than they could chew, as 3 quickly going down for the Today roster, and Penguin was apparently perfect shot onto his former teammate.
Drinking a beer and trying to get back into Halo again? Hell yeah.
He continues the pressure. He
Me too, minus the beer.
Until he gets damage into that player.
I'm off a blinker
Now
at the moment, but
take this half of the map and just be a nuisance here on bottom center, which is definitely a great spot to be if you can get that timing down, but unfortunately timing not on his side.
we're dead. Optic would have run here. This should probably be a cap.
And with that, you see Renegade perfectly places himself in a position to immediately eliminate the spawning players. Nobody able to get even an angle on the flag carrier, let alone a lane to find the kill, and that's Tusk.
Yeah, best way to get back into it, Kika, is not by playing, but by watching. You know how it goes.
Oh, my man Renegade.
Great damage out of Renegade, 22 and 15.
Slowly goes and makes sure that he gets.
But that's what it is for me. If I try to like go play ranked or something, I'm just gonna play 2 games and I'm gonna hate the game all over again. But if I watch a tournament and then maybe watch like a video or something and then maybe like, yeah, not being sober, exactly. You get a couple of those factors going in your favor, might be able to get back into the game.
You see how important that one player is? These players know
I'm saying?
there's a player missing, and it's Trippy this time, so they get information on where he is, so they can make sure that he's not, interfering with that flagpole.
Already aggressive bound, overshield, you would think. He's trying to get max value out of it, but ends up losing his overshield, still gets a kill. Flag still on the move right now, but that's 4 down for Optic Gaming.
Oh my goodness, 4 down for Optic Gaming. They're going to spawn inside the flag, so I love Mortally's play here. Just sit top center, wait for the spawns. They actually spawn in util. Maybe his influence on the fridge side was a bit too much. But 3 players inside a util, 1 inside a flag. Mortally just waiting for information before he makes an aggressive push.
Cross map shot to the Mortally. Wants to reposition, but eventually his team ends up going 3 down, so Morley gonna try to play this out as best as he can, but nothing's gonna stop Renegade from really starting this flag run. Spawning players are involved, but not able to get the kill. Renegade almost turns the corner, bound, relays it forward.
Really, you don't like watching the online tourneys?
Decision to back up there and go towards, I forgot who that was, but he had Tusk there to help him as well, and basically they get 3 dead. And
I fuck with the online tourneys. They're obviously not as cool as the lands, but
beautiful shots on the flag carrier.
online tournament's still a lot of fun. I'm glad we have them.
Not against Renegade, the ultimate Hunter and Tusk. Already has this flag over towards the base, finds the one-shot player. The man has eyes on the back of his
He said,
Kruvu, you saw him right there. He gets inside the flag.
And Optic goes up.
Unfortunately misses the grab, so not able to pull it and throw it bottom center. That's a big blunder right there. It gives Optic Gaming the lead.
Multiple times so far in this series, it looked like this Today roster could come out with the win, but Optic
I mean, fair. I feel you there.
Away
That's definitely valid.
On this beautiful day, Mortally advancing that flag towards the halfway side. Doesn't exactly get it through, but Kruger with the overshield, you know damn well that he will. Past the 50% portion we go. Optic Gaming not sure if they're in a position to stop this flag. I don't think so, because the stick goes down and Kruger punches it in.
I love that.
Okay, we got a tie game, 90 seconds. Yeah, I was just watching it earlier. It's Kika.
They just want to try and create space for their flag carrier. I was just a little bit worried about the counter cap, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
COD doesn't really do much for me these days.
Flag is on the move, Penguins on the OE.
Like, it doesn't move me that much, but it was a very entertaining tournament.
Does some damage onto Kruvu, 3 quickly going down for the Today roster, and you had a good
and GG! Optic takes it. Good series.
There was so many impactful plays in that game, but the one that secured it all was Bound getting that kill, and on top of that, getting 3. So
I'm definitely gonna watch the lands for COD, and like I'm definitely like,
stop that flag. And on top of that,
like this tournament was great. It was very entertaining. I'm not really moved by COD anymore, man. Unfortunately, it just kind of doesn't really hit the same. And I really tried, like, the last couple years, we've, like, really tried to get into it. And we've grinded the game real heavy when it first comes out. And, like, we did CCS. We literally did the whole ass 8s league last year. Like, but it just doesn't really hit the same, man.
Because of this tournament. Like you said before,
plus, kind of getting back into Halo a little bit. I've been grinding CS.
Quite impressive performance out of them, even though I think Kruger would have probably liked to put up a little bit better stats in that last game. I think people will most likely remember.
However, that being said, like I said, still gonna watch tournaments.
Man, it's unfortunate.
Watch any other esports? Yeah, I watch. Obviously, I watch Halo. I watch COD. I watch a ton of CS. Those are the ones that I'm like mainly like those are the ones that I am like heavily knowledged in. It's probably COD, Halo, and CS. But I have watched. I used to watch a lot of Gears back in the day. I used to, or I still watch. Like I watched the Apex finals yesterday.
Was somehow able to provide that little bit of extra value.
I'll check in and watch different shit every now and then.
Yeah, so many people, and you'll hear time and time again, they say stay alive.
COD,
right?
CS,
stay
and
alive
Halo are my main
don't
shits.
Go down. Well, Bound is in a situation where dying is okay.
CS is definitely my biggest new one that I've gotten into.
Who was the only one in position
On top of like really enjoying the game and playing the game a lot this year, I say a lot. I put like 200 hours on the game. But on top of kind of getting into it and enjoying the game,
you're gonna see it right here.
I love watching it. CS as an esport is
doesn't try
awesome.
to take that challenge, instead cuts the angle, and then boom, the one player that can
CS is fire.
make an impact.
Plus, I was talking about it earlier, but it's
but two, also to be looking in the one spot.
CS is very similar. I feel like culture-wise to Halo. It's very overly competitive and precision and shit talk and standing up and flipping off the other team, and I don't know.
Into the open middle of the map.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
Wow, what a play.
Yeah.
Been loving some Rocket League? Oh, hell yeah.
And, you know,
The bro's been playing a little Rocket League. Like, my friends fuck with Rocket League.
And it's that right there. Knowing where the enemy team is pushing,
but I haven't really watched any of it.
Where the push is coming from, that's how I get a lot of damage. When you anticipate things like that, and you know routes that are normalized throughout these games. And
but also,
series,
listen to this shit. So word to what we were just talking about. I'm moving to Houston, right? Kind of already have, but I'm going back to Houston in like 2 days. We just think about Halo this year. There are 3 Dallas events. One of them is the Invitational, so it kind of doesn't count because there's not going to be any spectators. That's the Kson event. But then we go Optic Major in Arlington, which also, somewhere around that time, there is also the Optic Major in Arlington for Call of Duty. So I think relatively close to each other, like within a couple weeks of each other maybe. The Optic Major for both Halo and Call of Duty are going to take place in Arlington, same venue, it's at their esports stadium. And then we have DreamHack Dallas in, I think, May-ish, which will feature a Halo Major, a Call of Duty Major, and also IEM Dallas for CS. So on top of all the other esports that it's going to have, right, like all the fighting game shit, all the different, like, we are going to be able to watch COD, CS, and Halo all in the same venue, which is going to be so fucking gas. That is going to be so sick. But then on top of it, we have, so that already is that's 3 events total across 3 different esports. But then we also, there's the major for CS this year, the Blast Major is in Austin in July. So within the first 6-7 months of this year, there's like 4 or 5 different events in Texas where I will be able to go and see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to all of them. I'm going to try, I think. But that's 3 or 4 events all in Texas where I will be able to watch Call of Duty, Halo, and CS. All major tournaments as well, not like minor events or like side events. All major tournaments. So I am incredibly excited for that shit.
What I've seen, a lot of respect gained from me, at least.
It really is, and that's why, like,
everyone on the roster played so well. Optic just came out when it mattered the most.
That's why, like, that's not one of the reasons why I'm moving there, but it is definitely a nice plus.
At all. In fact, I'd say whatever organization picks them up is probably extremely happy with how they were able to play what seemed like a stacked team. Like a stacked deck, right? They're coming in with 2 relatively unknown players. We know that they are more than capable of handling themselves in these lobbies, but to perform that well against Optic Gaming, I think was a truly a great achievement.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like whatever organization decides to pick up Penguin and Trippy will be unfazed by today's results. If anything, proud. If anything, because I think they were.
Oh, said unfazed. He thinks he's funny.
Good especially towards that final game. I think that final game they really were like a
He
1-2
thinks he's
combo
funny.
in the Slays department. So I mean, we know what to expect from Trippy and Penguin. You know, as far as off-season tournaments, like, okay, yeah, cool, you know, we're having fun. It was fun to talk about the matchup between, you know, them and their former teammate in Form 1, the players that replaced them. But at the end of the day, when we judge players of that caliber, we judge them, you know, on land. So we'll see what happens.
Optic Gaming, it obviously went down a bit earlier in the winners bracket than most anticipated. Well, they're going to have a bit of a run to go through in the lower side. Complexity now stands in their way, and Spartan, well, he's looking to stand strong this year, adding a great player in Mental just a few weeks ago to this roster.
New Complexity roster.
Starting to look a bit scarier in the results. They found themselves here in the lower semifinals, trying to make their way into top 3. Can Spartan take down?
Well, why the music going so hard? What the fuck?
Gaming in foremost return to 2025 Halo to bring you guys the action once again. Why not be reckless and active? Boys, have some fun.
Hey, you know, Spartan, no stranger taking a little bit of breaks, you know, during the time we couldn't compete. He played a bunch of other games, and he came back into Halo, and it felt like he came back refreshed and newly motivated. So Coach,
I'm really interested in this Complexity roster. I think this is, we talked about the contrast between rosters that are just built, right? And there's those rosters that have that honeymoon stage type appearance. When they get into a tournament, they just automatically click. And there's teams that have to work for it a little more. I think with the recent change of Mental, and just with this Complexity roster in general, I think we're going to see some greatness out of them. I just think it's going to take a little bit getting into the season, getting those scrims down. You know, maybe it starts right here. Maybe they've got their reps in this tournament. We can start to see what they're really made of.
You know, it's funny you mentioned the honeymoon phase, because it feels like marriages aren't made through the honeymoon.
I know. I am so glad Complexity brought back their OG logo,
when
man.
your relationship is tested,
So glad. It's so much better than that modern shit that they
and
had.
Are you built for the long haul? So Complexity. We see
This
what
shit got
happened
so
on
much
the
motion,
Rocky
bro.
Road, but
So
is
much
this their
aura.
comeback? This will be a huge win against Optic Gaming.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
when my
the
wife said
Cowboys
it's really
shit just
loud,
that has
she's
no
sleeping,
character,
and
bro.
I can't sleep. It's
Literally
nasty.
zero personality.
Okay, in the efforts of talking about great marriages and relationships,
Like,
I'm
bro,
gonna just stop right now.
no cap.
Okay? I need you to stop
At
right
the next event, I will buy Complexity
now.
merch
Total different direction.
because it's like the
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
because it's like the classic shit.
Anyway, here we go.
Because they did, I was mad, I missed it. They did like a classic release of their like original Complexity jersey last year, and like they had shirts as well, and I didn't buy one, and I was pissed. I was like, fuck, that shit's so fire. It's like that's like old esports shit.
Like against Complexity, there's even more of a will to want to win, but Complexity apparently have that will as well. They go up.
But now they brought that shit back, so
1-0 lead in favor of Complexity.
hopefully they're gonna have that shit at the tournament. I'm sure they will.
Find themselves at least having an advantage towards this A-side hill, but notice there's 3 members of Complexity now surrounding and waiting to collapse. Renegade with some fancy footwork is able
But like, bro,
to trade
Complexity been
out
around
his life there, so a 2v2
forever.
scenario. Next kill gonna be so important. And
Forever.
He's big flying.
I love that. I love this.
Like, as long as I've been into esports, Complexity has been around, bro.
You know that you're gonna get a performance out of him, and again, this
Like,
year,
they had
this
Halo teams
season
and shit when I was
for
younger.
Travis, who tried to
They
do
obviously
half the way,
had
and,
one of the greatest
you know,
Call of
it's
Duty
another
teams of all
reason to
time.
win, right? You're winning for your
If
brother.
not the greatest Call of Duty
He's
team
going
of all
to have a
time.
Phenomenal season. He's already having a phenomenal game.
Had CS teams since like 2002.
Bids farewell to the Jiggle Peak, you know, the proper way. Like,
Yes,
he's like,
sir.
you know what? I'm gonna spend this whole game. He's like, he doesn't even strafe. He's just Jiggle Peaking the air.
I can't wait till that's gone. My old man hands can't handle more than an hour of Halo because of that stupid Jiggle Peak, but it's still in the game right now. Bound. Not going to need it. Not going to be able to use it there because Precision comes through. And Tony, tell me a little bit about Precision. We haven't talked too much about this man. What makes him such an incredible player?
He's cool. He's okay. Nah,
Whoa!
I think what makes him special, and
Jesus.
my gosh, dude, not only one of the best you know, young slayers that we have in the league. But I've said it time and time again, one of the best slayers that we have in the league, period. Coming from that Gears of War, you know, scene, just like Mental did, just like their coach Ashes has. Like, he comes from that same game, that he's cut from the same cloth.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. It's all good.
Precision is a special player. Now, I will say, he's one of the better players with the jiggle peak. I figure because of Gears of War, you know, they're used to using the environment. So I wonder, how is that going to affect them? Will it make him better? Will it maybe nerf him a little bit? As we get to find out.
That's actually a good point out of Tourney.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit with him hugging walls and stuff. It's something that you noticed when we watched a little bit of VOD, but something we noticed as well is Bound just got a double kill. And
yeah, coming from Gears, obviously, you're going to be good at like all that like sort of mixy cracked movement shit, you know, all the wall bouncing and all that goofy shit. And so the jiggle peeking and the crouch strafing and all that shit probably comes pretty naturally.
Honestly, it helps.
If you came up on Gears.
You know, this is the game plan Formal wants to play. He wants
wow.
to have 3 players
Those were godlike nades. What the fuck?
Him play that back roll, and he was in a perfectly placed area to support them in S4, but eventually goes down, and now Huss aggressive with the reversal kill, put it right into a headshot.
Teammate Sparty.
Clean up and a double kill himself, but it feels like he's still somehow taking damage left and right as 3 down with Complexity. Tusk
What the fuck was that?
Being hunted.
Yeah, it's really aggravating when you're waiting 5 seconds for your shields to come back and you just keep getting nade chip damage and you're just not able to get your shields. And it's players like Bound that make that happen, right? Just very aggressive. Even if they die coming off the spawn in 10 seconds, you know they're going to be right in your face once again.
Tied up at 1 apiece at the moment here. Renegade already at double-digit kills.
See ya.
That nade,
Whoa!
You gotta be kidding. Renegade
Get the triple.
is downright disrespectful with the way he plays this freaking game.
True.
I can't understand it. I haven't been able to understand it. It's when this guy gets
He's in good
going,
position
when
for
he
this
gets
next
a
heal too.
flowing, just watch out. Honestly, it's crazy to watch, and you can tell he's bringing the momentum from that last game into this one.
This brother's so good, bro.
Complexity continued to fall 1 by 1, and he's not done.
Jesus.
And he's not. Goes right after Sparty, but eventually Huss and Precision force him out of this yard side. The map still 3 more players of Optic remain, but now 2 as Formal goes down. Tusk is down.
What the?
What
the? Why did that work?
Any room to breathe, and with that, Complexity down by 1 kill, but gaining time.
Yeah, you see, Precision decides
What
to
a play
get
by
out of
Precision.
hill, right?
What the
This
fuck?
camo and shock rifle, very important on the map, but guess who's ready for it? It's going to be Tusk
Big win.
in the doorway.
Good trade by Bound.
They understand how
Big double by Bound.
And Bound with a
They're going to get
massive
camo and keep
double
control off of
ends up
that.
getting camo.
That is actually a massive
Complexity
sequence
with
by
the
Bound.
shock rifle,
That's
but
going to put
Bound
this
is
game
Bound is
damn near out of
searchable.
reach for Complexity.
It's crazy, man. The shots that these kids hit is actually just mind-boggling at times.
Because that sequence alone is going to put them so close to capping. Plus he has the camo. He's going to get another kill here. More damage. Complexity does get a couple kills here, though. And they take out Renegade. So this is a really good break out of Complexity.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, right? He puts himself between 2 different players, and so that camo is not as effective as you'd want it to be. He does get the back smack.
Optic's going wide.
Good,
They're going to
but
hit low.
it's the rest of Optic that fall as well. So now it's
This is
Complexity
interesting.
with a bit of control. A very important hill for Complexity, of course. You do not want to go
Precision
down
gets
3-1
2.
with a minute and 45
3
left,
dead.
so it's a must-win.
Optic's going to all die here. We might be looking at a Complexity cap. We could be looking at a tie game here.
Don't want to lose hills.
I
They
think that's the plan.
don't want to be losing the game.
I don't really understand hitting low there.
They don't want to lose the game.
Analysis, let me tell you, man.
Thank you.
As opposed to hitting through yard. If they all spawn blue, why not all hit through yard?
Mental tying things up because Complexity did not want to be losing the game.
Interesting. But Complexity goes 3 dead as the hill rotates, so this is going to be a ton of initial time for Optic.
I'm teaching you things. Yeah. So
Preach, brother, preach.
They're going to get this hill like halfway capped before they even start a fight.
Complexity end up going 1 down, and Tusk immediately goes towards the hotel side. Hotel is very ambiguous. There's a lot of areas inside of hotel to stay alive. There's
It's a really good kill on
the
Renegade.
side that you can jump up to. Tusk ends up still being alive inside a hotel. He's got Formal to assist as well.
This is
now they got
play.
a push on the snipe side, but instead they
So
prioritize
Precision
that
just
camo.
goes and sits on the
It's
hill and
Optic
lets his
gaining
team
camo
die,
once
and also
again.
lets Optic get
Tusk
camo.
wants to bring that camo over towards the S4 side. This has been the Optic way here, but falls right down as Formal gets the kills. Formal a little
Complexity
selfish
was
with that
not
one, but it's
on
okay.
the same page there.
Steal your teammates' kills. It's Renegade. Gets into a bit of a tussle with Mental over towards the back.
Big win by Mental.
Sparty decides to get involved with the cleanup. Tusk is still swallowing up all of this hill time.
The fact that Complexity is keeping it as close as they are is phenomenal, because they have scammed the fuck out of the last couple power-ups.
Complexity are quick.
Yeah, 3 down. Mental has to stay alive here on the glass, though, and he's going to get double pushed. This is a really bad spot for Mental, but take a look at the top left. He's still alive, and he has 12 assists, Tony. This is
great damage.
Absolutely.
They're going to slay out Optic right here.
Mental there. Sparty comes up to clean it up again. Mental was the big piece
Fuck what I was
of
saying,
puzzle
bro.
on that last push, and now Complexity looking closer to getting this hill.
Dude, it really felt like that hill belonged to Optic Gaming, but at this point now, Optic have to be thinking about towards the next hill, as Renegade, the only player to get him out, ends up going down.
And that's a cap for Complexity.
Complexity are up 3-2.
And 3 dead for Optic, so Complexity should probably be able to rotate to this next hill as well. Oh, it's bottom middle, never mind.
While he was on top of glass, got put down to no shields and stays alive, and I know you like his stat line, Tony. Mental's playing phenomenal right now.
That he is, but Optic are the ones to get first dibs on this hill here. Bound and Tusk over.
Big game for
towards the low
Sparty.
ground. I believe it's Formal that's watching their back towards the high blue side of the map. Off screen, Mental with a double kill. That'll open things up just a bit. Huss baiting out this hill, daring Optic to push forward.
Yeah, really got a gold ledge here with the thrust is scary. He has information on players on the back of Loop, but this camo is on his eyes as well. He wants both. Again, Thrust, very scary. Look how he positions himself perfectly so that he can get out of a situation. Finally, Spartan does kill him. That's a big kill by Spartan, and now that camo is up for grabs when it was...
Optic kind of has to play for kills here, though.
3 down for Optic.
Mental gets camo. This is not looking good for Optic.
This man just runs into a 1v2 and just plays an environment perfect.
Optic got to kill them all and then hop in the hill in the next 20 seconds.
22 seconds on the clock, and as of right
And
now,
first 2 kills for Complexity. Good damage out of Mental as well. That's 3 dead. That'll be your ball game.
No triple round, but also means that Optic aren't near the hill.
Yeah, 10 seconds left on the neutral
Optic's
clock.
gonna get one
Optic
crack at
needs
it.
to get in the hill now if they want a chance to tie this up. And it's just
GG.
gonna be scrap kills. Mental misses the shot, but that's 3 down, and Complexity will win game number 1.
Big game out of Complexity.
Wow. Complexity.
You sound surprised, Tony.
I mean, I like you said before, you know, they haven't had the, you know, the kickoff start that we want them to, you know, like it's been up and down off season for them so far, but
Agreed.
you know, they bring on Mental. Even last week wasn't the best results. Come into this week and say, hey, look, you know, no matter who our opponents are in front of us, no matter what we're going, no matter what last week results are, we can worry about our own. We control the controllables, and if we give it our all, if we put our best foot forward, we can beat anybody in the league and this tournament, and that includes Optic Gaming in that game number 1. What are these stats telling you?
My goodness, I mean, Optic played phenomenal, right? I think that you had Slays out of Renegade, which you expected to see, right? You had Tusk performing pretty well as well. It's not like their Slays were lacking. It's that objective efficiency, and this has always been something that you see, right? Objective efficiency when it comes to these top players in the game, you don't necessarily see them milk kill too much. They did it a few times, but again, it's the big kills that matter, and what I saw out of Complexity was some impactful kills, namely the one from Mental, staying alive on that window side.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Skills like that, and again, he does it here too. Getting camo, putting 3 shots in a formal, cleaning up another. It's just beautiful play out of Complexity. And honestly, I don't know why I'm surprised, because I am too. Complexity, very hard-working squad. You've got Ash as an extremely hard-working individual as the coach. I think this team's gonna go far. Like I said, it's just not honeymoon. They're gonna need to put the work in continuously.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like we all know the potential of Complexity, but we're seeing it, and I'm loving it right now. Still early though, and Optic going to a Slayer, and they're up 3-0 right off the rip.
All right, I'm multitasking.
He does. Stays alive, doesn't pick up that Bulldog. Ends up pushing on the C stairs, precision with the trade. So again, it's Optic with the lead, the camo, and the stalker rifle. Lots of toys for Optic to play with.
Tusk being a bit patient, wants to make sure he gets value out of his camouflage and doesn't give it away for free. As of right now, Complexity chasing Ghost at the moment here, but with three players pushing towards that caution side, eventually Camo goes down and Renegade fighting for dear life right now.
Whoa!
To back down, sends that player flying with the repo.
Sent that brother to space.
But Complexity get the kill.
Gosh, Complexity are so aggressive. The minute they get one kill, look at them all flying towards the purple side. Picked apart one by one. Optic are doing a great job on defense, and has a lot to do with that red gun in Formal's hands. He's still alive, and he's been putting massive damage into the push, but Optic's still leading. Oh my gosh, precision. Comes back out, ends up going down at the end of the day, but I love the aggression and the confidence.
I told you, man. What are the players that adopted the jiggle peek early and dare I say mastered it? You know, that's what he does. He turns lemons into lemonades, and it's actually crazy. As Formal with the Stalker, some great shots on the Tusk. He's gonna get cleaned up by Renegade, but notice camouflage is coming up. Formal wants to keep the subway side position.
Yeah, exactly, right? He wants to keep top subway side, but he knows Mental is on his butt. Mental's playing a really dangerous game right now, and he's on the commando, and then he goes to front C. He ends up going down finally. They end up tracking him, but great awareness by Optic to know there was one player that was going rogue on the back of commando, and still, even with all that control, Tony, Complexity somehow get the camo.
You know, whether it's basketball, the military, or Halo, you know, you got to cover your teammate's butt. You know, you got to play for your teammate. And that's exactly what Optic Gaming did. As Sparty is the one to get away with the camouflage, a missed melee, but no problem, teammate. There for the cleanup. Formal is over towards ATM. He's extending it by himself, and Complexity bring us back to a 3-kill game.
Love this out of Sparty, immediately taking space on the purple side, and he has his teammate with him, and Huss is there to clean up that kill. I love the teamwork I'm seeing out of Complexity right now. But
it's a good double from Tusk, though.
Finds a way on the, you know, from ATM, finds a way into Cafe and cleans them both up. So great route by Tusk.
Looks like a few players that are just watching this back A side. Tusk and Optic Gaming need to recognize they don't want to get baited into a trap, but that's exactly what's going to happen. Complexity able to take down 3 members of Optic. The patient game, and mind you, Mental doesn't even have a kill.
Yeah, I was going to say a little bit of a goose alert right now, but yeah, if Complexity and Mental can step it up a bit, this could be a very different game.
We're still early.
Let's see what Haas is able to do. It's a little bit of a late Shroud screen, and once again, Renegade's going to find a double out of it. You know that every single life, Renegade's going to get a double. Sparty answers back with a double as well, and Optic Gaming, though, still have that 4-kill lead.
Brother said, yeah!
Mental, I believe, was given the name Billy, but has been known to answer to Owen. 0-6. Down by 1 kill. Complexity at the moment here as Huss rotates back toward the subway side, and camouflage about to come up. Huss with the perfect angle to watch it, and Mental gonna be the one.
Imagine he missed it. Why are they highlighting the 0-6? He put a box around it.
I was nice. I was focused.
Ah, he got a kill. Ah, he got 2, and the box goes away.
Beautiful 2 kills out of
Yeah, that's sideways as hell.
The lead now. And now they're going to push directly. Well, they have to block the spawns first for the last spawner. And then after that last spawner comes through, they push. See that? Beautiful timing by Mental.
And they needed him to have that timing, because now it's time for Complexity to make a comeback here. Up by 3, making 4 kills. Mental now immediately fills the gap over towards the top.
And he gets his ass beat. That sucks.
Predicts it perfectly, able to take him down. Huss rips a killing spree out of nowhere, so Complexity still have the advantage.
Complexity they're sitting inside each other. They're pushing together.
Huh?
I love to see this. It's just a massive teamwork. The Wolfpack mentality works in Slayer so well, and you constantly see them pushing inside of 2s. I don't know how Tusk is alive right now, but I'm annoyed for these players who can't get the kill onto him. Renegade cleans up the mess here with the 1 kill, but goodness me, Complexity.
What did he say?
With, like, all the pressure that they're putting on Optic, it's still only a 5-kill lead.
It is Huss, 13-7. Oh, darn it. Bit of a curse there. 8th death for Huss. But Complexity still in control right now. bound into Optic. Smells something fishy over toward the back A side. They are hawking that back A angle. They know Precision and Complexity want to play through this, but the need to start.
Oh my god, they're pinched.
Forces bound out of his position. Mental with a huge flank.
Did this brother Mental spawn out?
Tusk is able to take him down before one.
Oh no.
And Tusk should have. What a great kill by him. Still Complexity have control.
Yeah, but still, those 1v1s are not good to lose, and Renegade.
Oh,
looks like
no.
he's gonna win a 1v1 as well. Those are two massive 1v1s that Complexity lost that they shouldn't have. They still have the lead, but you can't let those things happen too often because you're gonna lose this lead real quick. And once
Brother.
you find another kill, it's 38-41.
Brother.
Optic, one of the favorites to make the
Oh
grand
my
finals
God.
here, going up against a fully loaded Complexity
1 kill
roster.
game.
Complexity
Precision's
has
gonna
a
die.
kill advantage.
We're looking at a tie game. Sparty spawned close.
In a 2-1
Oh my
fashion.
god, Complexity spawned close and they are pinned in PD.
Have something to say about that.
They died at the worst time and then they got squad spawns and now Optic takes the lead. Oh, they just got fucked. And now they spawn on a split. They're all separated. These last two brothers are gonna get collapsed on. Okay, they all spawn together, Ivy.
It's not over yet, but
Okay.
Optic have turned this around very
They gotta
quickly,
break out of
and
this
their
shit, though.
aggression is continuing on.
Oh my
Now
god,
it's
and they're getting pushed.
Complexity
Formal gets another
who
one.
have to put a stronghold down on the trap
Okay.
side and stay alive.
Here's their opportunity.
Away from taking this game and tying up the series, but Optic Gaming.
Where do they like to
ahead
push?
by
It's
2
gonna be
kills,
B-side.
so can't get overconfident here as they take.
Here goes
a ton of
Complexity.
Space, slow the game down, and now it's Complexity the ones who have to make the first move.
Yeah, so they're really stacked on that B side, and there's a player on top of Tram. The player on top of Tram is making sure that no one's coming
Grabs
from
the spike
purple
nades.
to go for the flank. So both teams at a standstill.
gotta assume
right
one is
now.
sitting
It's gonna
cafe.
take a bit of information and a bit of damage to activate on the push, but right now no one's showing face, and you can see it might be an off-season tournament, but these teams are taking this.
A lot
very
of time on the
seriously.
clock. Oh shit. Optic might push off of this damage.
Spike grenade trying to do max damage towards.
Renegade
the
gets a
back
kill.
side. Meanwhile,
Optic's just
Renegade
gonna hold for
spots
camo here.
Precision. That kill's
Optic
gonna
has
be
no
huge.
reason
Now
to-
Complexity starting this push off at a bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah.
But notice how Sparty goes right after bound. Renegade's going to relocate.
Oh!
Oh
my.
Smokes him like a new.
Jesus. Smokes him like a what?
Oh my
Like a
God.
newborn?
This is just nuts. You see the
Mental gets 2.
whirlwind that happens 49-47 now. One
Wait,
more kill,
hang on. Camo's up.
and it'll be Optic
Hang on.
Gaming's
Optic gotta be careful not to
chance
scam here.
tie the series up. Complexity stuck on the Tram.
Just one more kill needed here for Optic Gaming. Complexity.
Oh, he said Newport.
If
Thank
they
fuck.
can
I thought he
vary
said
their life,
newborn.
They can pull it back. Renegade shuts that down.
Okay.
Sends us into a
And Sparty
game
just gets
three.
caught out.
He didn't just shut that down, Tony. He got 20 kills again and a Slayer. I mean, and we saw at the end there too, like
And it's an
how
oddball. Son of a
quickly he
bitch.
got that kill in the kill feed. We saw the beatdown, and then moves forward and just when you're
Deadass thought he
feeling
said newborn,
secure
bro.
on the Tram side, and then Renegade gets a kill
Not
on the
gonna lie.
B street, a lane that you're watching, and your player that's watching that lane dies.
That would have been
you're
absolutely
panicking.
unhinged.
'Cause now you're stuck on the Tram, and it's a 3v4. So
Well, that was a
again,
game.
Massive kill by Renegade. Massive game by him as well. 20 and 13, an 8.3 KDA.
I mean, I said it before, man. It seems like ever since Optic Gaming have been on screen, it's been Renegade and Bound just trading off game after game, pop off after pop off. I think Formal's been pretty consistent as far as, you know, keeping the deaths low, getting the assist up. I think we saw a dozen assists out of him in that last game, which, I mean, to me, I think is huge in a Slayer. If you're able to go, what, 6 and 8 and drop 12 or 13 assists, I'm not mad at that whatsoever, but I'm sure people have different opinions as far as that. But really, who's been demanding the attention seems to be Renegade and Bound, and it's just 1A, 1B.
I mean, those assists allow all of this to happen. I like, you know, Formal, like you had mentioned before, Tony, and that was exactly his plan, is to be that back player. He's the one that wants all 3 of his teammates to fly on the map, to win their individual pivs, and he can just kind of sit back and shoot. And that's the play style he has. Stats are such a little thing when it comes to the game of Halo, but so many people put so much importance on it. There is stats which, you know, they tell a bit of the story, but there's also impact. And 12 assists, that's a lot of impact.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, game number 3 in this best of 3 series. We're going into a oddball live fire. When you think of this map and game type specifically, what are you looking for out of either one of these teams to accomplish in order to be successful on a grind that is an oddball in 2020?
Oh, what the fuck?
You said it.
Sacramento is finalizing a trade to send De'Aaron Fox to the San Antonio Spurs in a multi-team trade that moves Chicago Bulls Zach LaVine to the Kings.
Make sure you can bring your all. And
De'Aaron Fox to the Spurs, Zach LaVine to the Kings.
But yeah, absolutely beautiful. And
What the
I
fuck?
love this game type. Honestly, I know we have 3 oddball game types, right? So I honestly think this is one of the better oddball game types in the game. I truly enjoy live fire oddball.
Well, hopefully the players enjoy it. Hopefully the fans enjoy it. Well, you know what? I don't even care. It's coming up next regardless. So game number 3, we're going back to live fire. And for the final time here, one of these amazing rosters is going to move.
They actually are Takika. Bro, a bunch of people were saying, like, the trade that happened, like, with the Lakers and the Mavs, you literally cannot even, the game will not even let you do that, like, in 2K as a simulated trade.
They got that game won.
Like, the game considers it to be too unrealistic, and it says no.
Gaming stole that Slayer, but barely. You got to take advantage of this when it comes to Optic. Formal just getting back to the game. They have a coach on their team as well that is playing for Legend, who does his impact on the map can't even be fully explained. It's incredible. So this is time for Complexity to take advantage of that.
Yeah, but
kill Renegade first.
De'Aaron Fox is still pretty young, and you're assuming he's going to want to re-sign there and have a few years with Wemby. I assume the plan is to trade for him
Camouflage, I believe, in the hands of Optic here, and
in the plans that he signs there long term.
Did he hit that shot? That's disgusting. That's a crazy shot.
Even if it doesn't do much for them
He's finally gonna go down.
this season.
Sparty ends up taking him out, but Tusk, you know, you see, it's pressure created by Renegade Tony, and then his team is just able to do what they want. Tusk got the camo, they got control of ball, they rotated it to B. I mean, it's just crazy what one player can do to change a game.
Great shots coming out of Tusk. Great rotation with that ball coming out of bounds right now, and Complexity respond by taking a direct route towards that sandbag side. But it looks like Huss is going to rotate wide.
Ooh, and the Mavs got blown out by 40 today.
Right now, Complexity, they're approaching the black screen. They went 3 down.
Yeah, 3 down once again, and they're getting A spawns. I would assume they're ready for it because Renegade is on that Brood side, or was blocking Brood side for the moment. Looks like they're taking a bottom route though, Tony. Formal's got to be ready for that pillar side push. Oh, they're going. Looks like they're going top nest ramp. So a double push on both sides. Let's see what happens.
Read down this time for Optic Gaming. The final player, Formal, is hunted down, and some great ball time being accumulated now by Complexity. Find himself a bit down though in the game.
That push was successful out of Complexity, and they'll continue to have it on that B side. Sparty trying to be that flank player right now. Maybe just trying to find someone who's staggering through the bottom, but he's not going to find anything, and instead he's going to find a couple of bandits in his face. This might be a play ball, but Tusk
We're losing to a coach.
To go for the kill instead, and Mental's there to get some more ball time.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that whatsoever. Optic 3 down.
We're losing to Glocks.
A few seconds of ball time. Loving what I'm seeing right now. Mental 4-2. Ball in hand. Meanwhile, Sparty taking a tower position here. It looks like he's anticipating that ball being played. This is a reset by Sparty.
Yeah, he definitely in the communication that Mental was taking too much damage there. But again, they give up the camo to Tusk, and these camos are going to add up. I'm not sure what value this camo will bring. We'll find out in a moment. But the 6-point lead for Optic in round number 1. Do they find Tusk? No, they don't. He gets 1. He gets the 2nd. He's not being spotted or shot at all. Wow. He gets so much damage into 3 different players. That is insane. I can't believe that just happened. I don't know who that player was, not to call them out above that brute door, but goodness me, Tusk should not have been able to do that.
It feels like the less information that enemy team has on the camouflage, the more impact it can have. Like, dude, Tusk getting max value out of that camouflage. Meanwhile, Renegade with the sniper connects with the hard shot, but not able to get that melee.
Yeah, sniper is up top center now, and you know, Renegade always makes sure to keep track of that snipe. He's telling Bound exactly where it is, but unfortunately, Bound has other things he has to worry about, and that's going to be Precision who picks up the snipe. All the while, it's some good scrappy time by the side of Optic Gaming. You're starting to see the objective work getting done. It's Bound with 30 points of ball time, and Formal with 13 or so.
43-31 lead in favor of Optic Gaming at the moment. Renegade. 5 shots in the sniper. That's like 15 kills for him. And 1. The second will fall. Doesn't even switch to the bandit. Wants to finish him off with the sniper. As now we just
Brother doesn't give a fuck, man. I'm telling you.
Angle, and Optic continue to score.
It just feels so good to get kills with the snipe. I don't blame him. I like this aggressive.
It
push
just
here.
feels so
He has
good.
much info, too.
Okay.
Precision comes back and he meets the barrel of Renegade. Look at that though. Renegade
Whoa,
is
my
all the way to the
God.
side of the map, and they're still just getting ball time after ball time.
Motherfuckers are
Finally,
dropping out of the
ball's
sky.
played. Go down for Optic, but Bound is right directly on top of it already. And
He,
gets the
oh, he had to type out Mental's name.
Blast of denial grenades. The spikes
Mental didn't have a
down
name on the
there,
lower
but
third. He had to
a
type that
barrel
shit out.
shot from Mental,
That was funny.
Not against Bound. Luckily, Sparty takes him down. Complexity do have control back in the driver's seat. That means the ball finds their hands.
I love that confidence out of Sparty, rechalling right there. You got to make a statement in terms of those individual fights sometimes, and you know all players think about it, whether they win an individual piv or not. So Sparty winning that one's going to be good for him. Not able to get the beat down on the second though, so he'll go down, and with that ball's going to be rotated or attempted to be rotated towards the back of B, but Formal's in the way.
Just about a 20-point lead here for Optic Gaming.
Good damage.
Range shots, but Mental not able to find Huss there. Switching to Renegade, who puts down some good damage onto Sparty. Uses his camouflage to close the gap. Huss forced the play ball and the nade to finish him off. Perfectly placed.
Yeah, it's so good, right? He just makes sure there's no way for that player to get out. That player's gonna die anyway, but again, you're minimizing the impact he has before he dies. All Huss wants to do in that situation is get a trade or get some damage in on a player, and Renegade doesn't.
Oh, big win by Huss.
Even the Psychic not enough to take down Huss.
Nice ass win.
Switch gears over towards him. Optic are scoring, and Tusk is holding down that tower side. I'm going to switch on board with him as he has a lot of responsibility on his hands, especially as Sparty's able to get the first kill. Huss goes right through the middle, and just like that, squad wiped are Optic Gaming.
Squad
it's
wiped.
unfortunate. He's sitting in the middle of top tower, so many angles to be looked at by, but it was Huss that hit the beautiful shots from the top center of the map and take him out. So that opens things up, and because of that, Optic go 4 down, and Precision gets a hold of this snipe in his hands.
Renegade avoids 2 shots and some perfectly placed grenades out of Renegade. He's like, hold on, there we go. I was gonna say Renegade and not having a snipe on the ground. That's check his PC at that one. It must be crashing or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he always picks up that snipe, always tracks it. I mean, definitely a player who loves his snipe. Huss, oh goodness me. Just barely gonna miss Huss. There is a player on top turret, I thought, top tower, but I think they ended up taking care of him. So Renegade swoops up and takes the top tower control as Formal gets a double kill in the feed.
That's exactly why they're getting rid of Empyrean. I mean, you're still calling top tower, top turret. Like, come on now. Come on now. Decades, brother. 84 to 462 lead. Mind you, less than a minute on the clock, and Renegade snaps onto one. Oh, Sparty.
Room service. And he jumps off the map.
See, I already know. I already know.
And that's not only a triple, but it also is the round here for Optic. Just a
Fade away.
My goodness gracious, Tony. Like, he readjusts that snipe. Look at this. Watch. He misses that one, jumps up, and while he's in the air, he readjusts it, like to the left. I mean, that's such a difficult shot to hit.
And see ya.
Of course, the killing spree triple. Towards the end, we go into round 2.
The fadeaway while falling off the map, bro. That again, I'm telling you, Renegade's gameplay, the best way to describe it is disrespectful. It's the best way to describe Renegade's
Oh, he tried to fucking
You just have
repulse
to
the
be.
combo.
If you're one of the best, you have to believe you're one of the best. You have to believe you're the best in the lobby. He takes all his fights so confidently. Huss, though, has his chance with the snipe in his hands.
Good live.
With as well, and because of that, he'll lift up to the top. He'll stay alive for a moment as well.
Drop snipe for Renegade.
Drop that sniper off for his camouflage player. And
Formal,
he
rather.
takes down Sparty, but there is one more player pushing up. That's actually going to be Mental. He cuts towards a shortcut side and ends up catching a bit of a body shot. Eventually just surrounded, Bound, awarded the kill for that one, and Formal will survive with camo and snipe.
Really like this by Formal. He's scanning, right? He wants to make sure there's no player staggering. Ends up staying alive. Puts
a good
that body
live.
shot into the first player. Then the second player takes a body shot as well. Another body shot once again, softening everyone up for his teammates to come clean. And Bound's there to do so. This is great teamwork out of Optic, but they go 3 down. It's a 1v1. Formal versus Hus.
And Hus just runs away with the ball.
Spawns
Sparty in the middle of nowhere, and then Hus runs ball back to Optic, who spawns screens. How does that make fucking sense?
Disrespectful in his gameplay is Bound. Again, it's just
Formal and Hus are both like cuts, which spawns Sparty on camo, which makes him a free kill because he spawns in the open. All of Optic spawns across the map at screens.
For our very humble players on the side of Optic, we've got 3 very
So Hus basically walks into a pinch,
and
Optic gets the ball back.
Definitely showcasing it in their gameplay as well. Renegade another 20+ kills.
Just such an interesting sequence.
22 as he cleans this one up. I'm sorry. Yeah, never mind. He goes down. It's 4 down for Optic. Sparty's the one that cleans up that kill.
40-8 lead in favor of Optic Gaming at the moment, and Complexity fighting a bit of an uphill battle, but with Precision taking down Formal right off the rip. The
was not a good
back
QT.
even isn't enough for Spartan to get the kill onto that one, and now this push almost fully breached here. Bound and Tusk working the 1-2 combo.
Men 7 all is gonna die there, so he goes down, and Precision's gonna go down as well. It's
Holy
Optic
nades.
the camo, but it gets burnt pretty quickly. And again, you talked about it earlier, Tony.
It's gonna be a play ball.
It's Tusk at the top of tower, all the while milking a ton of time. That ball will be
Good recovery
played.
by
It's
Complexity.
gotta be slayed for
That
him.
should have been a lot of time for Optic right there, honestly.
Early ball grab. Listen, Optic going to find himself behind a little bit. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. You threw me off with that one. Men says, I was like, wait, what?
It was on the nameplate. I swear. I'm not seeing things. I swear it was on the nameplate.
What?
Someone confirm. It was on the nameplate. I swear.
Yeah, this brother Louis just retyped Mental's
48-30
name.
lead.
Oh, imagine.
Gaming, and specifically Renegade, who seemingly just can't miss right now.
I mean, it's just he's the game changer, right? And we saw in that FaZe roster was Renegade was a player that if he was able to take over, FaZe performed really well. Him, Frosty, World 2 all had takeover.
So much damage.
Potential.
So much damage.
He's definitely one of those players. If he's playing hot, you need to watch out. You need to focus on him. Tusk, last player alive though for Optic, and it'll be Complexity that get ball time.
Ah!
Still down by quite a bit. 3 down. Go Optic Gaming. We're going to switch over towards Formal. And how does he play this out with his team 3 down? It looks like he's decided to go for a bit of a flank, but Precision's going to spot him, and he's going to have to settle for a trade.
A trade he'll take. But this fight's huge, right in the back
Ooh.
of the tower. Oh my gosh, the movement, but Hus wins it. Tusk has to fall down. He plays the ball, but Hus has teammates on the back of elbow. This is a great elbow push by Complexity.
I don't know about that, Chow.
Comes through with the double. It'll be a rotation of the ball, but those 2 kills will sting for Complexity.
H4F 20.
And Complexity again just runs the ball and delivers it to Optic.
For Formal, literally doing it all on the map right now, on his way to 51-second points for Optic Gaming. But Sparty was able to take down Tusk. Now Formal having to wrap.
They're doing a good job to keep it like chaotic, but they're literally just bringing the ball to Optic. That's unfortunate.
Shots there, Mental gonna make him pay.
That's
yeah,
unfortunate.
I mean, that's the right side. You can see it was a bit weak there out of Formal. Mental understands that. He even uses the ceiling to bounce his head off of it so that he drops quicker. Just beautiful mechanics by Mental in that situation. It was really hard for Formal to track those shots.
Great camo play from Renegade.
He's gonna slide his way over towards that back green side, finds a
There goes
one-shot.
Complexity
Hus
setup.
can't stop the
Complexity
play.
does take the lead off of that,
Does
though.
End up introducing Complexity to the black screen, 3 down.
I mean, this is just incredible timing once again by Renegade. He's in the right place at the right time. This is not by chance or by luck.
Oh,
This is just pure
Complexity spawned in a godlike
game.
split.
Every single life you'll see him get a double, and it's why he's ending up with 27 kills and only 18 deaths.
3 down, go Optic Gaming though, and Precision and Complexity do have the control they've been wanting. They're up by 4 seconds worth of time here. Optic Gaming 1 round away from advancing forward into the top 3, but Complexity
fuck?
still
What are we doing?
have a life.
Oh, look at that by Renegade.
What the
Did you see
fuck?
that? He was bottom center on the key door, gets spotted, reroutes all the way around.
Where
Now
is it?
Back to key door once again. Once Formal's there, Formal gets the triple. Beautiful plays by Optic. They'll get some ball time.
Snipe in the hands of Sparty at the moment. full setup by Optic Gaming. So as of right now, Complexity need to get this first
Optic
kill.
retakes the lead.
Looks like it's not gonna come. Precision.
A lot of damage by
ends up
Sparty.
going down, but a spike grenade takes out Bound. Sparty taking a bit of a new angle, but expecting Renegade
Whoa.
to be pushing behind them. Now pushes forward after the coast is clear.
Nice two. I don't think it's gonna matter, but
yeah,
nice too.
Unfortunately, Precision's the last player alive. The jiggle peek is good. Renegade's gonna go for it the minute his teammate's ready to help him. Once again, great timing. They're trying to nade the ball back because it's on the big door. Complexity find a way to get it, and they find a way to play it as well. It'll be the double, but again, beautiful job by Complexity to realize how important that ball was to get played.
Less than a minute on the clock right now. Complexity. They were playing well, but Optic have all the control in the world right now. Precision does take down Bound, and now Huss cuts off the nest side angle.
Ooh.
Nowhere for Tuss to go but the black screen, and Complexity have been able to
Complexity
slow
about to tie the game.
Complexity can take the lead before Optic get involved.
Complexity takes the lead.
Question, yeah, Mental's not going to be able to
Ball
stay alive.
played.
He plays it, QT's back, tries to get the sticky to get value. Gets him down to no shields, but
So Complexity with the lead with 30 seconds on the game clock.
At least in that situation, they get the lead by 1 point with 30 seconds left.
It was looking
Complexity go 2 dead. Optic is going to retake the lead.
Looking dangerous once again.
Optic
as
retakes the lead.
Going down to the black screen. Renegade scoring. Complexity needs to get this ball out of Renegade's hands.
15 for the win.
I don't see anybody in a position.
Sparty's
to do so.
dead.
One down, bottom center on the key door, and Precision's up top, but this key door player is
I don't
probably going to go
I don't think
back.
Complexity can
And
stop
he
this.
does.
I think that
When
might
he
be
gets
game.
cleaned up, Bound is very quick
Oh.
to clean up the kills.
Oh.
Plus is down to no shields as well. Lots of damage. being
Last guy,
dealt.
Sparty.
3
GG.
down. Sparty, the last player alive. He goes down.
Optic
as
eliminate
well,
Complexity.
and that will be it. Optic will win the series 2-1.
GG's.
Complexity, you fought extremely well. But Optic Gaming, they wanted that one. They're advancing to the top 3 and maybe more. Complexity.
So Optic goes on to play SSG, I believe.
Back. Oh my formal. H4M. That's all I got to say, Tony. I felt like he took over in that last game.
I mean, he definitely did. I mean, you looked at the kills, the assists, the actual ball time as well. Like, you know, obviously people just
Look at that shit right there.
Department for some reason, but if you take what he did as a whole, on top of the 33 kills, on top of the KDA, but also talk about the fact that he had, what, 98 seconds of ball time? Like, that is one hell of a game for Formal, and that break must have done him good. He's looking refreshed.
Yeah, I mean, it's a supporting cast around him as well that created so many exciting moments. Renegade in that last game also dropping 9k damage or something like that, Tim. It seems as if this Optic Gaming roster is starting to find their flow as this tournament goes along. And what do you expect, as they're going to have a very tough match coming up against the Space Station Gaming roster?
Oh, it's an SSG that you know, took a little bit of a break from the game. Now finally getting their licks in. I think it's going to be a good match. I truly think SSG are really solid. Both these teams obviously yet to get into that scrim schedule and all of that, so we're not going to see the full potential of it. But to go back to the Optic Gaming side of things, I thought Renegade, we talked about him a little bit. I love his diversity in the amount of things he does on the map, right? He's getting that ball time. He had 58 seconds of ball time. He's 31 and 20. So again, you love to see that. When his timing is on, around, like on the map, when he's in a flow on the map, it is just gorgeous to watch. Like, it is beautiful. The guy takes over, and yeah, like you said, he's got a cast around him that is doing work as well.
Space Station Gaming up next. Tony, obviously Optic Gaming not playing with their full roster. Legend, arguably the best player in the game last year, missing. Do you think Optic Gaming stands a chance against
trolley ass
the
map
full-fledged
set.
Space Station roster that's playing with all 4 of their players compared to 3/4 of the players on Optic?
Yeah, I mean, I think because of that, you would think that there's more on the line here for Space Station Gaming, but at the same time, if you're Space Station Gaming, this is the first tournament that any of them have played during the off season. Meanwhile, Optic have played a ton, so I feel like for both sides of things, like, I feel like this matchup really doesn't matter, and then on top of that, it's just an off-season tournament. But like, on the surface, I think you just got to be looking at the matchup between Formal and Lucid, and you got to think, dude, this is the rivalry that you want to see. So from that individual standpoint, that's what I want to see.
I mean, when we look at this best of 3, Tim, game 1 very intriguing to me because it was just a week ago where Optic Gaming set some speed running world records on this map, and it calls into question. I mean, hey, I think they could be coming out the gate hot.
Yeah, so a little bit of a different situation. Obviously, then we had Legend, one of the fastest flag runners in the game. I think there was a situation where Legend and I believe Renegade both had snipes. So when you have 2 snipes like that, you're not missing shots. Those runs are going to be quick, but you're 100% correct, Tools. That was the quickest game of Forbidden I've ever seen in my life, and we'll see if we see it again, but I truly don't think SSG is going to let that happen.
Okay, as you can see, the lobby's getting built. I'm going to let my 2 casters get up for a second, get a drink of water, whatever they need to do. They've been bringing you guys a hell of an action so far. I think they get a well-deserved break. As you can see, it's going to be Optic Gaming and Space Station that are coming up next. And folks, get yourself.
We ain't got a picture of Tusk.
Great match, but
My brother was in the league.
Should take a look at something exciting that we have cooked up here at LVT Halo. I've been talking about it all day, but let's continue on a little bit more. Introducing LVT Halo's first real official merch line in collaboration with Uriel. He came out and designed some bangers for us. If you guys are interested in getting your hands on our on this piece of merchandise, please check out the link in chat. We're getting ready to do pre-orders right now. We're trying to gauge interest into what people want, and we're finalizing all the details that we need to do to get this shirt up and going into production. But I'd love to see y'all rocking out with the LVT Halo merch. I think it encapsulates what we do here at LVT Halo well. And chat, I mean, come on, guys, does it not look just absolutely incredible? I mean, look at all the work that went into this. We really are happy with the merch, and please just show your interest if you're able. It helps us a lot to determine how we're gonna move forward and get things going. And look, he's pointing me out. Louis like trying to say that's me. That's Louis down there in the bottom left. And where's chat? Louis, where's chat? Let's see. I like how you can draw on the screen. Oh, there's chat. Let's go. Once again, we'll take a good look at this. Folks, if you're watching over on the YouTube, if you want to get the link over there, you can do so by going into the description on the video. We don't have the same chat links like we do in the Twitch world, but it's all right there. And while you're over there on YouTube, why don't you think about subscribing to the channel? We look at the analytics day in, day out, and one thing that always surprises us is how only 50% of our audience is actually subscribed to our channel. What we notice is at the end of the day, a lot of people watch LVT Halo, but they don't necessarily know
we're lobbying up,
which kind of makes sense. You know, when I watch YouTube, I don't really subscribe to channels anymore. It's like YouTube kind of serves what I want to watch, and it kind of knows me a little bit too well. I don't know what's up about that. I think Google might be listening in on my phone calls or something, because they're very, very good at giving me the content that I want to see. But part of the consequence to that is I don't subscribe to the creators that I really like, because I don't realize I'm not subscribed. So this is me just reminding me, hey, maybe
damn, that music kicked in crazy.
You guys are subscribed over there, and you know, it's been a banger.
We got a full lobby, ladies and gentlemen.
Everyone is in.
I'm gonna hit the Pine Park before
lobby.
we get this series started. Let's go.
Chat. I'm gonna do
Whoops.
a prediction.
Here we go.
Get your channel points in. Who takes game number 1? So far, Optic Gaming is leading 265,000 channel points to 209,000. Get your points in fast. I want to see what chat is actually thinking. And YouTube, I'm not going to leave you guys out of this. I'll start a poll for you guys over here as well. I want to see what you guys are thinking over on YouTube as well, because I'm curious where everyone thinks these teams are sitting. And so far, it looks like Space Station has taken the lead. Guys, one in chat for Optic, 2 in chat for SSG. Come on, right?
Oh,
before
here we
get into
go.
This game, I want to see it. A wave in chat. 1 for Optic, 2 for SSG. Who's winning this game? Ooh, a lot of SSG. Wow, a lot of SSGs in chat. Woo! Hey, shout out to Oscar Forrest for the gifted subs. Thank you so much. That helps us do what we do here at LVT Halo. And a lot of love, but here we go. The green wall, it's been a run through the elimination bracket to get to this point. Standing in their way to the grand finals is Space Station Gaming, and a player that desperately wants his revenge against his old roster. Lucid is ready to take him on. Tourney and
Let's go, baby! Here we go!
It's a matchup that you honestly wouldn't have been surprised if we said it was in the.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
but it's going
lock
to be
in.
Our final lower bracket matchup.
Our very first showing,
One
I believe.
goes home in third place.
Not our first showing.
Optic or
Well, one of our
SSG
first showings
are used to that.
of new Optic versus new
Heavy
SSG.
hitters here, regardless if it's online
First time we've
or
seen this new
off-season
SSG
tournament,
roster.
There's a lot of pride here. That's
Obviously,
that's wanting to be won. And
Picking up
now
Snakebite and
it's
Lucid
gonna
in the
be
offseason.
Optic Gaming, who end up
And first
going
time we've seen the new
2
Optic go up
down.
against him.
And
Albeit
Snakebite, you see
with
'em
Tusk
dueling up here on their
instead
side, just clearing out
of
their
Legend.
base. They're gonna get top center
Because
control.
I believe
momentarily.
Legend is not in the country yet.
A sneaky snake slithering his way up toward that top mid-side, joining Eco.
It's a shame that this is only a best of 3, because this series is going to be a war every time. What a nade, holy shit.
Well-placed grenade landing right in the front pocket of Eco.
I like this by Eco.
You got to think SSG is probably pretty favored here, just for the simple fact of Optic is playing with their coach.
Just playing his life. He's a very important piece of the puzzle, and this is why.
But I'm sure it'll be good matches nonetheless, and it'll be definitely fun to see. Definitely curious to see how the Space Station team plays together. Good shots by Tusk.
Renegade
Fuck.
and Tusk get a kill, so goodness, Optic are making this very difficult.
Great grenades come out of Renegade to take down Stellar, and even gets the position of where Snakebite is over towards that back base, so now bound, and the rest of Optic Gaming trying to get an angle.
Lucid versus
as
Formal and
now it's
Optic.
Gaming controlling that 50%
Renegade versus
portion of the
Snakebite.
map. One more round of slays, and we
Bound
will
versus
see
his
a
old
flag
team.
being ran, but Renegade gets himself a kill. Bound is just staying alive here on top mid side, and looks like this push is starting.
A lot of good
to,
storylines with this
collapse.
roster mania this offseason.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, right? Bound's in a good spot up there, and I think maybe just waiting out for Camo, making sure they
Okay.
have that top center control.
There goes the captain.
Take a dip,
We'll be
so
seeing PJ.
this OS is pretty much up for grabs still.
It'll be a tough
Couple
8
slays
seconds.
Need to go through. It's 2 down for Space Station. But they get the overshield. That's massive. As they were 2 dead, this OS will help them readjust and get back to controlling that top center.
Formal said he wanted to play a similar position to Eco on SSG. Well, Eco hunting him down, saying, you can't play my
Ugh, Jesus.
as he goes in for the challenge onto Tusk. Multiple go down.
That was
for
brutal.
Optic Gaming. Stellar's also in. By the way, Stellar got another kill on top of that. So right now, staggered spawners being created, Tim.
SSG gets another kill or 2 here. This is going to be a pull.
This is the problem, right? He's saying, I don't know if they know.
Oh,
where he is.
Optic's
Finally,
Optic should hold here,
turns, and
actually.
It's a double team
Yep.
by Renegade and Bound.
Beautiful.
They kill 2, and that's what I'm talking about. These 2 have played together for so many years. They think alike. Renegade said that, and you saw it right there.
Finally get
Completely
Stellar out of their
broke
base,
any
secure
sort
their
of
own
a hope
snipe.
of pulling a flag.
Optic do a great job of clearing out their base, and now you allow Renegade to grab a hold of the sniper. Snakebite could have played for that
See ya.
sniper, but decides to play forward, and Stellar thought he had a free one, but ain't nothing free on the map as long as Renegade is here.
Ain't nothing free on the
Great
map,
space
baby.
here, but he, this is the thing. You know he's going to be careful. This is right there. I think he bodied him. He hit the body shot onto
Damn.
him. Lucid plays that so well. Beautiful nade. Shuts down Renegade. A massive play. Now it's Lucid and SSG with a snipe.
Now we see what Lucid can do. Body shot onto Bound, forcing him back. Doesn't want to overextend for that one, so gonna go right over toward that top mid side. Notice that his teammates are
Did he
going
body that?
down, so with that,
That should throw that snipe
but
off.
exactly where Renegade wanted him.
Yeah, it's good though. He ended up playing the snipe. So even when the worst happens, you can at least get that snipe off the map, so it's not a factor any longer. Bound though still has one. The thing is, though, what we saw last week
Damn.
out of Optic winning Forbidden in like a minute and 30 seconds.
It's a tough kill not to get.
That happened because they had 2 snipes in their hands, so minimizing that to 1 is huge.
Look at Renegade.
Triple kill. This should be a flag one coming in for Optic
Lucid
Gaming
milking
right
hard,
towards
bro.
the
He said
snipe
you will
side.
not get an
Now,
overkill.
it did end up going down there, but it was long enough to block off that
Good run by Renegade. He should be out. That should be a cap. Oh,
Oh,
godlike nade. What the fuck?
It should be in, right?
Yeah, it's just great awareness right there by Renegade, right? You have a complete
Optic first on the
free
board.
lane to the,
Big
to
cap.
the main ramp, but Bound, he sees Bound spawn, and instantly when he sees Bound spawn, you see him taking it towards that nest side, which is usually what where the route is, the normal route to take the flag. So just great awareness, you know, understanding where that flag should go and getting it through. That's going to be a 1-0 lead for Optic.
Gonna switch gears over towards Eco, having quite the game here. 10-6, not too bad. On the opposite side, your leading Slayer is going to be Renegade, who just has gone down for the 6th time here. Eco just waiting patiently for the play to develop on the attack towards that pistol side. And a weakened Bound should go down. There's a second one that wants to get involved and Formal with the clean.
Yeah, Renegade going down.
Ugh!
Honestly,
H4F.
called this to happen, but my goodness, Formal cleans up 2 kills, and now, as you can see, this is the most important spot to be on this map. It's going to be the nest side of the map. You can get control of this. You can pull flags pretty freely. You just got to get a couple more slays first. But as you can see at the bottom left of your screen, there's a couple of overextenders that are going to be making this flag pull very difficult if they get the slays.
As you pointed out, Renegade and Formal clearly favoring that snipe side, and with that minimal damage, actually, Slay's about even. They're still going to run that flag towards the underpass side. Now a counter run.
Snipers are up.
Going out as snipers are going up. Can they slay while running the flag? Renegade. He
Ugh.
is trapped.
I mean, this is so good. Yeah,
SSG
Formal
should
does get
stop
the flag
this.
towards the runway side, but the problem is that Renegade was going for that sniper. They stopped him. There's also another sniper.
This should be a
on the
cap.
side of Optic. I'm not
Yeah, it's
sure
a cap.
who was able to get that, but it might have been Renegade off a spawn. We got a tie game.
Stellar has
That was a massive overshield for SSG.
High IQ play to get out of dodge, but I wonder where he goes from there. You have limited options if you're not trying to jump off the map.
Looks like he's going to take the bottom route, and I think he was sprinting, so Renegade had to have heard him. But instead, Renegade's going to focus on the important players. That's going to be the players from Space Station.
Hello.
They're spawning. The beautiful headshot once again.
Wait,
He's
Optic's
got
gonna get a
nest
touch here.
control. All of Optic are swarming. They're flipped on the map right now. Space Station Gaming inside of the Optic base. Well, not really inside the Optic base. They're
What's
top
up, Fiber?
center, but still,
Playing Infinite
again,
tonight or waiting for
it's gonna be a
Tuesday?
tough
Probably waiting
flag
for
to run,
Tuesday.
And Optic know that.
Good shots.
A shot out of Renegade. Takes down Lucifer across the map, just about lines up that quick scope onto Snake by
Whoa!
still on the move, and Stellar's head just spun in an entire circle.
Optic
My
retakes
goodness
the lead.
gracious.
Beautiful
It's
cap,
enough
beautiful plays from
for
Renegade.
Optic to get the flag and take the
I don't even know if I'm gonna get
as
to play
well.
Tuesday.
2-1 now,
I don't think I will,
but Eco
because I have to go back to
outside
Texas.
of Optic space here. He understands. He's just
I'm
gotta
heading
do
back
what
home
he
to
can
Houston.
to output and not take
These
damage.
scrims?
That's
No,
what
this is
he
a tournament.
did. Took
This is
one
the
shot of
off-season
damage,
tournament.
Unfortunately, now going to take a lot of nades. Just creating time for his teammates. To
This
get
is
to it.
losers
They're
finals.
boosted already.
2-1 lead in favor Optic Gaming at the moment, and Renegade has been popping off here. 19-8. Gotta hop on board with him. With the camouflage about to come up, he's actually gonna focus on creating space, pushing forward here. Couple shots over towards the backside of Renegade, slows him down just a bit. But now spots out Lucid, cross map shot, Stellar with the cleanup, switching over to Stellar, who's immediately attacking that top mid side with Snakebite with overshield.
Yeah, again, Renegade's
Lot of stuff
19-9,
going
but
on in
unfortunately,
Texas
he's had
recently,
a
man.
couple of bad timings in this game where he's trying
Texas
to
pretty
find a
poppin'.
way inside
At least
of the
esports
base
wise.
of Space Station, but really not able to do so. A little too slippery is that ramp, but it's 3 down for Space Station Gaming, and now you're going to see Optic take control.
Well, luckily for him, you know, going into this a regular season, there should be like a jump somewhere over there, right? with the
Right.
changes to the new maps, sorry, changes to the old maps, going to be interesting seeing the new movement tech. 3 members of SSG kind of stuck on the snipe side. There is one player that spawns out, and Stellar does go after Renegade. So starting with the man advantage is SSG, trying to push and take over the snipe side. And both
Damn.
that Snakebite
What a nade.
peaks. Well, he gets his nade off.
Yeah, so clean by Snakebite. Stays alive as well, but again, Renegade's
Brother
gonna
just
be
got
a problem with
clotheslined.
his sniper in his
Jesus.
hand. Gets the double onto Snakebite as he pushes through pistol. Renegade says, do not go into my nest. You're not
Renegade
taking
is
control of
slapping
this
his
area
dick
of
on the
map.
table.
And now Bound gets a kill on the feet as well. This is not good for Space Station Gaming.
Every time SSG try to grab a sniper in order to get some advantage off of it, Renegade is there and is baiting it, and he has not missed a counter snipe. It's been crazy to watch as somehow Snakebite gets stuck in the left middle toe.
Optic has 2 snipes. This is fucking miserable for SSG.
2 kills by Formal. That's all 4 dead for
This
SSG.
is probably game. I mean, Jesus
And
Christ.
this is
Jesus,
what
dude.
Optic do to you. 2 snipers,
Oh my
one over
God.
towards the snipe side and one towards the top platinum.
Oh
They have
my
a trap
God.
like this, you have to take down one of them.
Oh, wait, wait. Oh!
Take down
Okay.
both and
Okay, I thought he got the flag guy. Imagine he gets a 2 for 1 right there.
Pretty good shot, but too late.
Too late. Wow. I mean, for the most part, the entire game was very dominant by Optic, and even when
Oh,
they
that
did
ending
have
was so
snipes,
stupid.
Again, that was the I hate to say it again, the win condition, right? Getting both snipers.
Oh my God, he said the
running
thing, take a
flat
shot.
quickly, but even when they didn't, they continued to apply pressure, and once again, Renegade popped off. He went 26 and 11 in that game, Tony.
And 11!
Incredible day. And on top of that, Formal went 19 and 11 with 11 assists.
Yeah, I mean, look at the damage. Both Renegade and Formal putting up over 6,600 damage apiece. Renegade flirting around with a 6,800 damage game, and clearly their presence was felt. Dude, Renegade with the sniper, and although Formal got his as well, but Renegade with the sniper really feels like that difference maker.
Oh, I assume you
I'm
meant
not a
Texas.
professional coach whatsoever.
That's the only Fort Worth I've ever
Trust me,
been
I'm
to.
terrible at it, but I will say, like, it needs to be some sort of a strategy on these 2 snipe maps where if you have Renegade on the other roster, you really gotta just respect him, and like, if you just make a play for their snipe and throw it off the map or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Don't you
I
love
just
that,
feel
Ducky? Don't you love when that happens?
Is where he dominates so much, and there's got to be like something to do in order to make that more difficult for him.
Well, Optic up 1-0 as far as this
Especially
series
when it's
goes,
like
and
a map like
one more
Inferno,
win,
bro.
Advancing forward into the grand finals, but if there's one thing that
You play 30 rounds of that shit, then immediately go back into another one, you're like, ah.
Players of the caliber of a Snake
Or like Nuke or something. There are some maps that just feel more like rulers than
It
others.
feels crazy that those are the 4 players on SSG going into the 2025 season.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Goodness me. 4-2 so far. Tusk has the camo, and the spawns are on the elevator side. He'll take out one, and he won't go down, and this is the big problem, right? A lot of damage was done to him.
Oh, word, Fiber.
But the pressure, too much from Optic Gaming.
We going down.
Yeah, I mean, Fort Worth, nice. Austin and Dallas are kind of really popular nowadays, so they're pretty packed. Houston's always been crowded. San Antonio's really nice. I've been to San Antonio a lot over
There's
the
a
recent
player
months.
stuck on the elevator side. Seller kills him, almost gets the kill on the Formal as well.
A few places that are really nice.
The duo is Stellar and Eco. They clear out the elevator side, and now they can just, you know, wait and control. They've got the player on the cross. I can watch if anyone pushes Cat, and they'll wait for damage before they push.
Tied up 8 apiece here. Actually, Optic do take a 1-kill advantage. Eco trying to hold the players.
He said, "I'm outta here,
towards that bottom
Spider-Man."
Tower side with camouflage coming up in 20 seconds. You have to think this next round of Slay is going to be so
An unfortunate death from Formal right there.
Out in no man's land, and even puts down some good damage onto Bound.
Whoa, no, that's not good.
Fears no man.
Oh yeah, I mean the grapple
That's
was just to
not
get that kill over
good.
with, but Bound makes him pay for windmilling a little
Renegade
bit,
gets
and
another
because of
2.
that,
Tusk
it's
is
gonna be
5 and
Tusk
1
who
with
gets the
another camo.
2 down for Space Station Gaming as well. They have information
SSG,
on one, and now
hello.
he's just waiting for his teammates to push up so they can collapse.
Who's the captain of SSG? I don't think it really matters like that, but I would say Eco.
A sneaky play on a one-shot Lucid now puts down some damage onto Eco as well. But
If you're asking who the IGL is,
as of right now,
I would say that they're probably sharing that
Yeah,
duty.
They get that one trade, so I mean.
I think
not too
all of
bad,
those brothers
but
probably call.
SSG came on
Obviously,
top
I
of that
think
one pretty
Snakebite
strongly.
and
Really
Eco
well
are the
done
2
by
most
them.
vocal, But Lucid actually is pretty vocal and called a lot when he was on Optic. And Stellar will call every now and then.
Playing with that confidence.
Stellar might just not talk as much.
Tony, and correct me if I'm wrong, is one of the fastest teams in the league. So,
but it's probably not a thing like that where they have like a set, like, you're the captain, you're the slayer, you're the objective, you're the...
As they start to open up the playbook, apparently so does Bound.
It's a lot more positionless these days.
His opponent with that shock, beautiful double out of him. Tusk comes in and cleans up that shock rifle.
So I'd say the majority of the calling is probably going to be split between Snakebite, Eco, Elamite. I actually don't even know how much Elamite does. I don't know if Elamite is more... I don't know how involved as a coach he is. Because I think you've got two kinds of coaches. I think you have, with all due respect, you have coaches maybe like Tusk, who... Actually, that's not fair, because I don't know how good of a coach Tusk is. I was going to say maybe the slightly less vocal, just kind of call in times. I actually don't know, so I'm not going to say that.
It's actually insane, you know.
Yeah.
This is what
but I think you've got
is in the Lakers.
generally two kinds of coaches. You have the kinds of coaches that are a little bit less vocal. They just kind of call power-up times. They just kind of call weapons. And then you have like the Towies of the world, like they're fifth man on the team, calling plays and looking at every screen and telling motherfuckers what to do. Reload, you don't have bullets. Look over here, we're gonna push this. You go for camo, you do this.
We're starting to adjust and work together a bit more, it seems. As I say that, two of them go down. We'll get the trade on a Renegade, but Optic continue to lead this game. I'm curious on the pace for the rest of the game.
Because Snakebite has definitely been the IGL / captain of the last couple teams that he's been on.
Yo, we got two. Dude, he stuck one and got a 2-for-1 cluster. Oh, Tusk.
Goodness me. Is performing so well.
But also, that's more of a nickname than it is just
a player with this much talent, and you're just like, you know what?
Like an actual designation.
Take the spot. It's going to bring a lot of value to this roster as a coach as well. 34-26. SSG not really able to catch fire so far. Finally, you see the push. There's the aimbot. That's what we like to see.
It's definitely a moniker of big respect though, because it kind of passed on from Walshy to Snakebite. Oh, big flank. Big flank. Because yeah, they called Walshy Captain Clutch back in the day. And so Snakebite gets a lot of Captain Clutch, the captain.
The aimbot push Wolfpack. What the heck?
That's my play.
I'm not gonna lie. You lost me on that one, bro. Like, yo, you JJ Redick me on that one. 37-1, 31.
That's a troll for engagement. That's all that is. Stellar gets 2. That's 3 dead for Optic. SSG trying to make a game out of it. Only down by 4.
But they have time.
Yeah, they do.
And a camo for Stellar.
Now. He was sitting in the corner, but decides to push up. Now he's in trouble, though. If they can get a kill onto Formal here, they'll open up the map. Bound throws a little bit there, going bottom.
A little bit of a scam. I think he was probably looking for the camo guy. Yeah.
This is huge. Stellar's gonna make
big flank. Tusk runs into the wall.
Perfect shot.
Renegade's gonna be pinched. He dies. Bound gets 1 though. Still a 3-kill game. Stellar's gonna walk himself into a pinch right here if he's not careful. Formal gets another one. Beautiful double out of Formal. Wow! 4 dead for SSG for a second. That's a 5-kill lead for Optic.
Yeah, you just have to understand.
Optic trying to slam the door shut right here.
I don't know. Both these teams obviously changing so many members on the roster. It seems like SSG haven't really found that, I don't know, that the style that each of them has to play, I guess, as of yet. They look a little bit uncomfortable. There are moments of brilliance, though. I saw it there on the long haul side. That's what you like to see, but, you know, they've been on the same page. It's just been not enough. It's still a 5.
See what the end game push is looking like here.
Optic Gaming currently playing.
Optic doesn't have to do anything. Got a lot of time on the clock right here, but Optic doesn't have to do anything. Pressure's on SSG. They're also down by 5, so this is more than 1 wave of kills. Renegade getting aggro though. And finds Snakebite. Renegade does whatever the fuck he wants, dude. That's insane. Literally nobody in the world can get away with that except for him. My brother walks up the middle of the map. What the?
Shut down the entire SSG roster by himself. He wanted the triple, didn't get it, but I will tell you.
What the fuck, man? What is this dude on?
The win.
17 and 12, top frags the lobby. In a standoff against. These are probably the two best teams in the world. In a straight up standoff, he just runs at them with the shock rifle and just starts no-scoping them.
I don't think you saw it. So I'm going to talk about it instead.
Go for it.
This brother's different, man.
Now, it was actually before. It was
And
before
Optic with
this,
their
so
coach.
he gets the first
2-0
kill,
sweeps
right?
SSG.
The thing is, he takes a different route. They think he's bottom center. Watch this. Okay.
In
so
what
watch.
I believe is their first
Alright, so watch.
meeting in official
He
play
gets the first kill on a snake
so far
bot.
this season.
They're gonna think that he's bottom center here. Watch. Now watch the route he takes instead. Now watch Lucid. Lucid drops down all the way for him. Now it's Tusk and Renegade up top with complete high ground with all of Space Station Gaming on the bottom tower. And he goes in to clean up more. This is what I'm talking about. It's impossible to track this
Jesus
man.
Christ.
He just makes such a big impact, and my goodness, incredible.
My goodness.
Lost in the grass. Hey, Renegade, I think
Incredible.
complete shock to their system throughout this game. I expected this to be, potentially a 3-game series, but I was definitely leaning towards Space Station taking the series, considering that they have their full
Optic's playing with their
roster.
coach.
Optic Gaming, every game that we see them, Tony, seem to be getting just a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, and I would say for both of these rosters, I'm happy that SSG did come out to play in the here in the 4v4 offseason tournament. We've been wanting to see this roster, but to think how well Optic Gaming have played. It was a 1-2 punch between Renegade and Bounce for most of the lower bracket, but somehow Renegade just started game after game just started to take over, and to think that you're missing a piece as far as a player, as far as the Optic Gaming roster, is crazy. Legend into these games. What does the Optic Gaming roster look like? And it's no disrespect to Tusk whatsoever, who is a starter on most professional teams.
Yeah, Fiber.
Renegade is an MVP. I'm sorry, excuse me. Legend is a MVP.
Tusk
Dude, when
is
Optic
really
started
good
playing
friends
as a
with,
full
like,
unit, that
Bound
is
and Renegade and those guys.
TV, bro.
Tools, can I add on to that real quick? Real fast?
And so,
Alright, so
whenever
the big thing for me
Optic kind of
is you have to look at
fully
these teams like this, in my
rebuilt their
opinion, okay?
roster,
You have Optic Gaming.
the only player they kept was
I
Formal.
would
And so
expect
they
all
brought
of you guys agree
over,
with me.
obviously,
For
Bound and
the-
Legend,
the-
who were a
like,
duo,
well, we'll say 3 with Formal being
and
that
then
back player.
Renegade.
The
And
best
then,
individual
since
skill players
Tusk
in the
is really
game,
tight with all
So
those
they
guys,
have their individual talent
brought
to
him
kinda
on as
carry them
coach.
through. You saw individual talent out of everyone on this roster today, even Tusk. Tusk did a phenomenal job. On the other end with SSG, it's a very different game. It is
So
mental,
Lunchbox,
right? And it's playmaking.
Royal
It is-
One
it-
also
there's still
is
individual skill,
no longer
but they don't
coaching
use just raw
at the moment.
individual skill to
Yeah,
win
Royal
games.
One and
Instead, it's
Lunchbox
gonna
are
be
both
a
out of a
very
job
different
at the
approach.
present moment.
Do you agree with me, Tools?
Yeah, I think you're hitting it right on the head. And just to clarify for some people in chat, because we all know these
And
names.
we've
I've
got an
seen in
Optic
YouTube chats
Shopify
over the last
Rebellion
week. Who is
finals.
Tusk? He's not supposed to be on this Optic game roster.
Royal One is one of the GOATs, man. He's been around for a long-ass while. A long-ass while. But alright, man. Unfortunately, I don't believe I'm going to be sticking around for finals. I think I'm going to go ahead and hop off on that note. I got some shit to take care of and some stuff to do. And I got to go get me some food as well. So, this should be a good series. So, be sure to watch this on LVT or anybody else who's watch partying it if y'all are interested in checking out the finals. I'm sure it's going to be a banger-ass series. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to go take care of some stuff. So, I'll probably have a video out tomorrow or the next day with like my reaction to like the last series or something like that. As well as just normally. I've got videos going up every day, every other day. So, content's been going pretty smoothly recently. But other than that, I should be live tomorrow, I think. And then I'll need a couple days because I'm heading back to Houston to head home. So, at least one more stream, I think, before I go home. And then a couple days off. And then we'll hopefully be back to being consistent But yeah, much love. Appreciate y'all. Again, y'all have a dope rest of y'all's night. Excuse me. Enjoy the tournament if you're gonna watch the rest of that shit or whatever y'all got going on. Yeah.